on this freaking show, and the whole point of the show is how do we get off this island?
They don't even know where the island is. No one knows where the island is.
In the Harlem Globetrotters.
They went 3 hours off the coast of California, Hawaii, and still no one knew where this island was. It was a mysterious.
At the end of the day, I think they were at a prison camp.
Ooh. See, there's a conspiracy.
Because they weren't allowed off, but other people could come visit them.
Because you would think that if the Globetrotters, left, they'd be like, hey, guys, there's an island like 3 hours off the coast over here. There's a whole bunch of people that are lost.
There's some white people stuck out there.
They brought the Washington Generals with them. They played a game.
Today, we chose Mr. Jason Dildine, who a lot of you would know as VD, hence Veggie Dog, who we have worked with for the last 13 years here at KISW, but actually, technically, Tuesday will be his last day, but that's such a stupid day of the week to have your last day that we're going to celebrate him today.
Good.
Because today is Friday. So, yeah, your last day is Tuesday, but that's just dumb. I'm sorry. So we've worked with the man for 13 years. He will be departing, going on to greener pastures. Not exactly sure what the plan is. I know part of him wants to, drive across the country and visit family.
Do they have green pastures in Wyoming?
North Carolina,
big, vast green pastures in Wyoming.
Okay.
And I know that he has some acreage in Wyoming that eventually. I know how many acres does he have? Because I'm 40 of them are mine, brother. That was part of the deal. But
yeah, what does he have? A plot of land?
There's a mule waiting for you.
I'm just saying.
I'll bring the mule.
I want. Ted brings the mule. I want 40 of his acres.
I mean, to this day, shopping with my mom once was the worst one I've ever smelled.
Who did it? You or your
my mother? She had. I mean, I can tell you, it's ingrained in my head. I can't remember if we were going Christmas shopping or something, but this sounds crazy. You had to go to the mall.
Yeah.
So we stopped at the Silver Diner, and this is the 90s. I don't know. It seems fine now, but for some reason, my mom, and I'll never forget, got vegetable chili.
Okay.
And then we were in the department store, and when we went into the store, she had farted outside. Not a big deal, right? And you keep in mind, I'm 11 or 12, so you don't want to fart around your kids.
No.
We're in the store, and she comes up and is like, we've got to go, right? And I don't know how to explain it. It's just different when your mom kind of grabs you and goes, we have to go.
Yeah.
And we're running away, and then it's I think I was the one what is that smell? Oh my God. But it was it was so bad you could hear other people as we're walking away and be like, oh no. Yeah. And I mean, that's what I'm saying. I'll never forget. Silver Diner, vegetable chili. So it's like a joke in our house. Don't ever get vegetable chili.
Sometimes when you use the bathroom, all right, you'll have some interesting formations.
Of course.
Right?
Yeah.
I made a perfect question mark in a Marriott.
Awesome.
I was checking out in the morning. I left it.
Miles. That thing's going to swell in there, dude.
I wiped. It was a pretty well dry wipe. Nothing was on it. So I just kind of put it to the side and left the question mark in
What
there.
is wrong with you?
I also left
Because he's the Riddler.
I also left it 20 because I didn't know exactly. I've been there a few nights. It was just so perfect.
But
I was
nobody cleaning the room is going to take the time to look.
All they need to do is flush the toilet. I
Right.
just wanted someone else to see it.
I wouldn't be shocked if it's a reflex for them when they go into those
Look,
rooms.
they know
just
my name.
automatically
They know
flush
who
it.
I am. They got my Marriott number. If they wanted to give me no points.
No,
that's
but
fine.
Mike is right. I was a janitor for years.
Oh, you
I
just
never
flush?
inspected the poo. I just went, God damn it. And you
Right,
flush
yeah.
it.
You're not
Oh
gonna
no,
look at that.
no. I'm telling you, they looked at that one.
There is no way they looked at that.
You know what they
That's
said?
impressive.
What's the answer? You know,
God, doggone it.
I think that's great.
Beach Tavern has men's room IP on tap.
Yeah.
They also have a great biscuits and gravy. Maybe the best gravy that I've ever tasted in my life.
Okay.
I'm from West Virginia. This stuff is amazing. So, of course, I go to the chef and I say, hey, man, what are you doing with that gravy? And he says to me, I'm not going to tell you.
Right. Why would I tell you?
Why would I tell you?
On the other end, I was at a place, lonely Sunday afternoon. They have wet lemon pepper. Ooh. So for weeks, I've been going on about this. I see the cook going in there, and I said, hey, man, can I ask you a question? He goes, what's up? I go, are you making this sauce? I've never had wet lemon pepper. And he goes, no, man. And he opens the fridge. Sweet Baby Ray.
Nice. Now
But you know. Now you just
I know, but
you
I-
got to buy a gallon of it.
I was ready to anoint him like the Wing King.
Right.
Sorry,
Crushed
man.
it, man.
Right?
Crushed it.
He literally just opened the door. I'm like, what's this?
The loudest speaker I've heard is Mike. No offense, man, but we were at Black Raven. I mean, it's just because they're like, hey, man, he's not doing great. He's in the bathroom. I'm like, don't worry about it. I'll handle it, man. I just walk in the bathroom, and it is. Mike, dude, you okay, man? Yeah, I drank too much. Blah! Just like, okay, this is how it's going to be.
I was dry heaving at that point, man. That just hurt.
See, when I dry heave, I don't make any noise. I'm like,
Oh, I'm with Mike. It's like I call it talking to Sergeant Rourke. It's awful, and it's hard to make that sound. But like I know if I'm in it's very rare that I throw up. Maybe twice in 5 years.
Right.
But God, it is awful.
It's man, my Uber driver farted. Ooh. It's that he had clearly just farted before I got into the car. So it's one of those things where you get your Uber. And he's there in about 30 seconds. So obviously, my thing comes in. He knows he's close. So my guess is he had farted in his car and then said, "To hell with it, I'm going to pick this guy up." He rolls around the corner. Man, I got in. It was so thick. And then we just make eyes in the rearview mirror. And he said, "Do you want me to crack your window?" I said, "Yes, please."
Please.
So he did.
can.
And that's all we said about it. But it's just like,
I had the
God,
opposite.
You farted?
No, the dude had same thing. The dude had clearly farted. Mm-hmm. The car showed up quick. And I just said, "Oh man, like, can you unlock the windows? I like, did you just fart or something?" Like, I wasn't saying it mean. Mm-hmm. He's like, "I did not fart." And I was like,
"That's fine, because you still open."
And I was like, "Was somebody just in here? It smells like I did not fart." And I was like, "Well, can you open?" Like, it turned into like an argument. And I was like, "Right, you're right, Miles." Finally, it's like, just turn the thing. Like, just let me roll down the window. This is awful.
Stick.
Right, and now I'm getting upset. Yeah. Like, I was like, I don't care, man. Like, just roll down. Let me roll down.
Roll down the window.
Take the child lock off.
That thing's going to get waterlogged and it's going to swell. And they guarantee you they had a damn problem get that thing down.
No, I checked out. They knew I was out there like at 10:30. Who played the O-ring oboe and how bad? This was years ago.
How quick you think they flipped that thing?
It
takes a minute.
I don't know. I don't remember. I mean,
well, listen, I also have news for you. Again, as the only one that was a janitor, the janitorial staff, like the person cleaning the room, is not the one checking you in.
I know it wasn't about them. It was about the question mark. It was just about. It was such a perfect question mark.
You could have. You should have taken a picture and flushed it.
I did
leave
not.
a picture.
Post the picture.
Yeah.
I was going to leave this for you, but my friend said to flush it.
If it's that important, leave a picture.
At the time, I was probably still drunk from the night before, and I thought it was kind of funny.
That is funny, man.
I know.
I'm sorry. That's hilarious.
Got it, Miles.
Somebody else has to see this.
You don't have to touch it or anything.
Just look at it.
It's just there. Look at this.
There are some things that are just meant for only you to enjoy.
Look at this specimen. This is amazing.
And now, the men's room legacy continues. Unfortunately, what you're about to hear is real. The members of this radio program are simply not that bright, or what some people would call educated. They are merely stupid. They're not trying to offend anyone on purpose. And all have played doctors on TV. You have been warned and are cordially invited to join the party. This is the men's room.
Forget it, man, and get with the countdown. Get with the countdown. Shake this square world and blast off for Kicksville. The trippers, the grasshoppers, the hip ones, all gathered in secrecy and flying high as a kite.
This is the men's room with Miles and Thrill. You know what they say, shake your radio more than 3 times, and you're playing with it. You're listening to the men's room.
And away we go. Welcome to the 20th anniversary season, episode number 4,383. Along with Steve the Thrill Hill, the Ted Smith, and Mike Hawk. And you are the men's room. On tap today, once again, we will sit and spin, and today we put AI to good use with the 10 catchiest songs of the last 50 years.
Based on AI.
According to AI.
Okay.
We will play Profile This, plus headlines, the men's room shot of the day, fun with listener emails, and everyone's favorite, TV Time with Tate.
Click, clack.
All right, here we go to Austria, where a hiker and his wife are trampled by a herd of cows. Meanwhile, a family fun day at the park ends up seeing a woman trying to arouse. 3 arrested after stealing $1,000 worth of meat. The world's unluckiest man gets to walk his daughter down the aisle, which is pretty neat. And a woman ditches her best friend because, well, of her jorts. That is all coming on today's very special episode of The Men's Room.
And now, here's the question.
Hola,
Yeah, bitches, good day to you and yours. All right, 2.5 weeks ago, the city of Seattle installed a fence at Denny Blaine Park. Why? Well, to divide the nude part from the non-nude part. Now, it was installed to curb what they call lewd and illegal acts. Well, guess what? It's not working. And over the weekend, in protest, there was an all-nude protest in the not nude section. So if you didn't know about the protest, well, you were quote-unquote treated to an eye full of naked. Now, that's not something limited to Seattle, of course. You might remember last week in Los Angeles, when Lil Nas X, well, he was spotted walking down the street in tighty-whities and cowboy boots. Always a good look. Now, by the time the cops showed up, Lil Nas X, Lil Nozzle, was on full display because he got completely naked. And, of course, he also attacked the cops while he was naked. And then there was the guy at a Korn concert who was punched in the back of the head by a complete stranger because he was openly masturbating during the show. To be pointed out, this was at a stadium in New Jersey. No one could explain it. He just started shucking his corn at the Don't Shuck Your Corn concert, and someone else took exception to that. But yeah, don't do that. And look, if you have to be naked, maybe just do it in the privacy of your own home. There's a woman in China. That's what she did. But now she's angry that the window washers at her high-rise apartment were staring at her. Well, she slept nude. But nudity happens. It's only weird when you don't expect it. And that's what we're talking about today, man. We've all seen someone naked or someone spotted you naked, whatever the situation might be. So today's question, brought to you by our friends at Advanced Hair Restoration, is, for better or worse, who did you see naked or who saw you naked?
To be a part of the big show, call 206-803-ROCK. Like KISW on Facebook, follow us on X and Instagram at Men's Room Live. And send those emails to the Men's Room at KISW.com.
If you're a
KISW. Here's the question of the day.
Brought to you by Advanced Hair Restoration.
Text the men's room at 206-803-ROCK.
Our question: for better or for worse, who did you see naked or who saw you naked? 206-803-ROCK. You are listening to the men's room.
Rolls on. You're listening to the men's room with Miles and Thrill. 99.9 KISW.
Oh, Charles, away we go. Welcome to the 20th anniversary season, episode number 4,383. What a large and in charge program we have for you today. Guaranteed future repeat. Once again, we're going to sit and spin today. We go to the world of AI.
Oh, yeah.
So, using AI, they try to figure out the catchiest songs of the last 50 years. Songs that people just enjoy. They got a little good hop to them, you know.
So, but inevitably you have to program AI to tell you that.
You do.
So it's going to be based on what everyone has already established they believe are the catchy song, based on 10 million polls that have been conducted for the last 10,000 years.
Well, you tell me, you're the musician. Is it based on time? Is it based on, you know, the chord progression? Is there something that kind of glues a lot of these songs together?
I would say in the last 10 years, it's definitely the time, right? So in the world of pop music, country music, etc., you have songwriters, and then a few artists do their own things. But generally speaking, the record labels have said, look, man, you want this time, you want this many beats per minute. That's more of the thing. So not the time signature, but the number of beats per minute, because inevitably those things get stuck in your head, whether you like the song or not, right? But they get sticky. So
Well,
that kind of broke down the science on that.
They also seem to have a rhythm about them. So,
Yeah.
for example, Don't Stop Believin' Journey. People love that song.
Sure.
Not on the list.
It wouldn't be, though.
It's not catchy.
Right.
It's a great song.
And you know it, and you've heard
Right.
it a million. It's like Sweet Caroline, right? You've heard it a million
Correct.
times.
Exactly. Take Me Home Country Roads.
But it's something
nothing wrong with the song.
Everybody sings it, right? So
Right, sing-alongs to me aren't catchy. They're
right.
sing-alongs.
They're not catchy,
Yeah.
but everyone's going to do it.
You can't really dance to it.
Catchy, you're tapping your foot while saying, I really hate the song, but you're still bobbing your head.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
So the 10 catchiest songs of the last 50 years coming up at 4:30 as we will sit and spin. Oh, today, by the way, we want to let you guys know that on Friday's episode of The Men's Room, we're going to celebrate 20 years of being here in Seattle with a star-studded, unbelievable show. Of
Oh, my God.
Memories and different things. We can listen to how much my voice has changed over the last 20 years.
You know, people keep saying memories, but as we well established, I really don't remember anything. Ted has more of the iron steel
Yes, you
trap
do.
brain to remember things.
Right?
I
Yeah,
don't
some good
necessarily.
ones.
Things bring things back, like, oh, yeah. But if you were to ask me, we were asked this morning by some coworkers, what are some of the things you remember of the last 20 years? And I said, man, off the top of my head, there's Chris Cornell, there is Zach Wilde. I'm kind of done. As far as things that you just remember outright. Like, there are moments, and there were some general things I kind of remember, but specifics, I'm like, Zach Wilde is hard to forget.
No,
Chris
that was-
Cornell.
that was pretty crazy.
Just being a hero of mine. That was very memorable for the reason he came in.
The entire band of Soundgarden.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was a memorable night. Yeah, I mean, we've been very fortunate.
Sure.
And that's so we're gonna play some stuff. Normally, when we do our end of year spectacular, most of those bits are from the year.
Right.
So we're gonna go try to dig up 20 years worth of crap.
You know how old it is based on Miles's voice.
Yeah, and you also be able to,
If you say, who's that?
for me when I listen to it.
We don't have to hammer him all day.
Well, you can. I don't care.
I'm not, but it's the most obvious thing where even when we
really
listen
is.
back to something we did, I'm like, who's talk? Oh, God, that's right. That's
See, I've
Miles.
got a box in my garage of 35 years of being on the radio.
Yeah.
And I know for a fact that some of those interviews, I'm going to be like, who in the hell is that? I've saved stuff on like DAT that I'll never be able to get off because who's got a DAT machine and reel to reel?
Digital audio.
Yeah. I got a reel.
I'm with you. I have DATs. I have a lot of stuff on DAT, and I don't know where I'll ever play.
I don't either. I've got reel to reel stuff like me and Carlos Santana on his bus.
You have a better chance of finding reel to reel than
And
DAT.
if you could count the amount of times in that 10-minute interview that he said beautiful, he probably said it 300 times. It was amazing how much he worked the word beautiful into the entire interview.
Maybe it's a challenge.
That's how I labeled it. I just put beautiful. I didn't even put Carlos because I knew exactly who the hell it would be.
Beautiful.
Oh man, everything's really beautiful. But for us, this show on Friday will be a nice look back of things that we have since, as you would say, forgotten.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
But great memories along the way. Maybe a couple special guests. We're trying to nail that down right now. Got some lines in the water. We'll see how that works out. But yeah, it's going to be a great Friday show before the little party there on Saturday.
I think it's also funny to think about some of the bands we've interviewed, and like some of them got bigger, which shocked me, and some of them didn't, which bugs me more.
Are you thinking Darkness? The Darkness? You
That was
love
one.
those guys.
Wolf
right?
Mother.
Well,
Oh, yeah.
Really good band, man.
Yeah.
And yeah, nothing really happened. And then there was
I hate to say
Shinedown.
this, even like Seether. I thought Seether would be bigger.
I think they've stayed about the
They're
same.
fine. They have a rabid fan base. I just thought
Right.
that they would be Shinedown level.
And I didn't think
You know?
Shinedown would reach the level they reached, not for any reason other than they're not the kind of guys that get in the world of rock, they're not the kind of guys that get themselves in the news because they did this, that, and the other. And somehow these guys sell millions of records and you never hear anything.
Theory
about
of a Dead Man.
Oh, I thought they were on this great
But
trajectory.
you got to remember, Matt, when we interviewed Queensryche, it was the original Queensryche. And now that thing, as we were talking to the office, I mean, it's
Yeah, it's a train wreck, man.
there's a lot of different incarnations, I guess. There's two main ones if Jeff's still out on the road. But there has been a lot that's changed in the last 20 years as far as the people we've interviewed.
And look,
the bands, even Shinedown. Shinedown was half the band they are right now.
Oh, they've blown up, man.
And well, they had two members are not there anymore. So they've changed. Like
But I remember Queensryche, kind of excited. They were actually the first. No, Night Ranger was the first band I saw opening for Kiss, but they were the opener. Queensryche would have been the second band, again opening for Kiss, way back in the day. So it's kind of nostalgic, cool, and all the guys came in. They're all very nice, but after they left, I remember saying to Castle, like, he wasn't mean to us in any way, but
yeah.
is Jeff Tate kind of a douche? He's like, oh man, don't say. Well, we come to find he kind of is. Like I say, he's been great to us, but he's just one of those guys comes off very douchey. So 20 years later, I'm like, okay, we nailed that.
Yeah.
We pegged that.
You guys
man.
remember Airborne?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
They were
Australian.
Australian. They sound like AC/DC.
Correct. So years ago, right, it's one of those, I don't know which festival it was, but I'm there early. We're going to interview them on their bus. So Ben and I knock on the bus. The tour manager, who of course is English, is kind of like, all right, like we didn't really know you guys were going to be here this early. Because they clearly have slept in. And then
they were young, weren't they?
They were young, but they got up and they were pouring whiskey. And then they were just like, you guys want some whiskey? And I was like, yeah,
sure.
And we just kind of did a couple shots, did like a 10-minute interview with them. It was great.
They were like Greta Van Fleet old, like 18.
I think they were 21.
Okay.
But they were just like, you could tell, like they had slept in. They were just getting up. They were hungover. They were like, we'll do this interview with you guys. But let us do a shot of whiskey first. I was like, dope.
Yeah. Well, the first time we saw Greta Van Fleet, or I did, it was at the Tractor in Ballard. Mm-hmm. They're like, oh, yeah, they sound like Zeppelin. You really like it. I'm like, I live in Fremont. I'll go check the show out. So I went to see the show, and I'm like, these guys are great. And the last time I saw them was in Climate Pledge.
Yeah, they've done well for themselves.
So it's kind of weird how that progresses. So 20th anniversary show coming your way on Friday. By the way, if you have any suggestions, we'll try to dig them up. If you have any moments that you would like to hear, just shoot us an email to minsroom@ksw.com and we'll see what we can find. There's a lot of stuff that we can't find.
Oh, we couldn't find our Ozzy interview, but one of the listeners is like, oh, I got it.
Oh, by the way, there's another one out there.
I know.
Somewhere in the world. I mean, I think about like Rick Springfield. You might not give a crap about Rick Springfield.
He was great.
I do.
Yeah.
He was a cool dude to come in the studio, going and drinking vodka with Chris Jericho.
Dude, that's one of the best.
Because he's got a band.
Just to put it in perspective, Chris Jericho, it's kind of cool. So we did an interview with him here on the air, and then we hung out with him later that night in Capitol Hill. And I always remember, he and I are talking, we are laughing, we're having a great time, and he is from rural Canada. Right? He's like, oh, dude, coming to the States.
In the middle of nowhere.
It was crazy. And I was like, well, how middle of nowhere was it? And he was not joking. He said, man, I'm going to put it in perspective for you. At my high school, there were more little people than black people. And the little people weren't related. I'm like, what? He's like, nope, one black kid, two little people.
Jesus.
Did you grow up in the carnival,
Two
man?
little people.
Oh, yeah. I was like, goddamn, buddy.
Even the Trailer Park Boys. All of them coming in studio.
Yep.
That was, if you like the Trailer Park Boys, speaking of Canada, that was a pretty cool moment, I thought.
Sure.
As far as I can still sit down and watch that show.
Yes.
And I barely remember that interview, but I remember that they were in there, and just the fact that what's his face couldn't wear the glasses, Bubbles, because they were really, and they've really messed with his eyes.
But he wore them in the studio.
He wore them in the studio because we were filming it. And then the commercial break, he was like, are you guys done filming? We were like, yeah. And that's when he was like, all right, I got to take these off.
They're killing me.
Correct. So, I think if, word on the street was they were up that, the next day before their show watching some sporting event at, the Georgia Dragon. But I don't think he had them on there. But it was like, oh. And to their credit, they're obviously they're not dumb. Those are the characters.
Right.
But they were really nice guys.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, Ricky, the guy that plays Ricky, I forget, I feel bad, I don't know his real name right now, but he's just like, do you guys want some joints? Everywhere we've go in this town, people are giving us joints.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it was.
The problem is you can't take them back.
You can't take them back.
You couldn't take them back at that point in time.
And this might have been so
weed was
long
illegal
ago
in Canada,
right? I think weed might have still been illegal here.
I think it was.
I don't think it was legal because they were just in envelopes, and he's like, everywhere we go, people want to give us booze and joints.
Steel Panther, as ridiculous as they are on stage, they are some of the most professional dudes. You ever meet. You don't know it during an interview, but once you go to commercial break, I mean, these guys know exactly what they're doing. Super professional, very cordial,
Sticks,
very nice.
all those guys.
Sticks it in, yeah. Great name.
Quite the showman. If you've never seen if you've never seen Steel Panther, they put on. You don't know whether to rock out or just laugh your head off.
You kind of do both.
It's one of the best shows I think from an entertainment standpoint that you can see at any time.
The only issue I ever had was we just had them at Pain in the Grass, and it was during the day, and I'm not sure people got it. Go see them at Soto or so. I don't know how to explain it. They're still awesome, but seeing them at night in a club is where you want to see them.
Yes. Yeah. Good times. 20th anniversary special going on Friday's show. Okay, on to the question. Today we're going to talk about basically unnecessary nudity, whether it was you, whether it was someone else that saw you. Either way, we're talking about that today, for better or for worse. Who did you see naked, or who saw you naked? Now, we have a little deal going on here at Denny Blaine. And if you know anything about that area, which is just down Madison, there's a park down there that's had a nude beach for a long time.
Yeah.
Now, I'm not exactly sure of the dynamic of what's going on. It seems to me that some people are complaining about the Green Lake effect, which is...
What do you mean?
Well, over by the pavilion, it's been well known for a number of years. When you go by that park, there's going to be guys that are parked in their car.
Oh, yeah, all the pervs.
Yeah, and they just watch the women go by in yoga pants, and they've been known to, shuck the corn there in the car, eating lunch, whatever.
That is what they do.
They sit there and they watch people go by.
It's like a drive-in movie, except that it's not. And they're in the car, I almost said it, masturbating as these women run by. But they're all like in this one parking lot. It's very weird.
Yeah. So what they've done is that Denny Blaine had put up a fence, I guess, to keep either to keep people from looking in or to just separate the clothing optional beach from the non-clothing optional beach.
That's part of it, but they also keep saying that wherever the naked people are, there's more going on than just being naked.
Well, that's because that's what that beach has always been known for.
Yeah.
So there hasn't been a fence. So if you go to that beach, you just know that could be something that you see. So you're either going to go there or you're not.
I was like, don't go, because that's what happens
There's
there.
plenty of beaches in the area. So if you're going to that one specifically, my money says you're probably going there to sunbathe naked.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because that's what they do.
That's the one. That's the one that people go to. Trust me, there's plenty of beaches in town. So they say now it's been 2.5 weeks since the city of Seattle installed the tall fence to divide the nude Denny Blaine Park to limit areas where nudity was allowed and to curb lewd and illegal acts from taking place. The fence was installed after a group of neighbors sued the city over photos and videos they had of explicit sexual acts, drug use, and more happening at the park.
But why would you think a fence is going to stop? To me, if I'm down there and I'm going to be up to no good, I'm not just naked, but I don't know, I want to shoot up drugs, proposition people. Like a fence makes it easier. When things are out in the open, it's difficult to get away with illegal crap, right? But if you give me a fence to hide behind, look, when I pee in public, I'm probably behind a fence. I'm not going to stand in the middle of the street and do
or behind a tree or whatever.
Yeah.
And that's got to be one of those things. I'm not in the nudist community or I don't know. Whatever they're down there. I had no idea that park.
I got a buddy who goes down there all the time.
I always went to just Madison Park.
Yeah.
Great beach.
Mm-hmm. It's weird, though, how tan he is. My buddy who goes
Does he go down there to get naked?
Yeah. He does. He gets absolutely.
All right.
And he is.
Well, probably explains why he's so tan.
And he's told me before,
Exactly.
like he has to defend. He has defended other people from creeps.
Sure.
And that's a regular thing. And there is definitely a communal sense of looking out for each other.
Yeah.
At that beach, as far as people like, hey man, that guy's a pervert or whatever the deal is, or
Saw him at Green Lake earlier.
or just like it could be as simple as someone just secretly trying to snap pictures with their phone.
Right.
Or that kind of behavior. They just, there's a set
Like
of
at a
rules.
bar in New Orleans and the flash goes on.
Yeah, well, they were clothed. There's an unwritten set of rules that they go on there. Man, that was a loud flash. Just, jeez, whiz.
Dark bar.
The fence divided the park into two areas. One that designates the upper grassy area of the park where clothing is required, while the lower area of the park at the beach would be clothing optional. However, after 3 weeks, neighbors and park users, they seem to differ on what the fence is accomplishing. Although unified in one solution that would help even more, a nude sit-in protest at Denny Blaine Park yesterday featured dozens of people picnicking and hanging out on the upper grassy area. So they were going technically where maybe they used to be able to go, but can't go anymore.
Right.
So they say generally park goers seemed understanding of the issue at hand, saying that they don't want the bad actors in their space either, and say that they call out those lewd acts when they see them. Back to what my buddy said. They also stated that they don't want to see the park closed down, and instead kept open the way it had been for decades, with open access to all areas of the park. One woman explained that when trying to enjoy the weather, she said that wearing a bathing suit at the beach or a park actually warrants more harassment and catcalling from strangers, whereas at Denny Blaine, she said there are well-understood customs in place where everyone is respectful. They called the fence a failure and plan on affirming this at the Denny Blaine court hearing next week, I believe, or next month. People are ripping the fence down. There's vandalism. There's still all kinds of things that have been happening. The fence is not working. So who knows? We don't know anything about that.
I mean, also, like, this is another level of creep.
Yeah.
But I think everybody gets, right? When you're at a beach, right, bathing suits, you're going to see some people that are more attractive.
No
right?
doubt.
Yeah.
Put shades on.
Right. Yep.
Right?
Yep. Sure.
You don't stare them all the way down the beach.
Hey,
I mean,
man.
it's not like people haven't noticed there's hot people at the beach. Just don't be creepy about
But be
it.
good about wearing your shades. I've said this before. We were at a beach in Delray, Florida. This is before we had kids even. And my wife's in the water. She's in the ocean. I'm sitting on a chair, and I'm sort of like the most beautiful woman I have ever seen in my life. is walking down the beach, and it's almost like she's walking in slow motion. I cannot believe what my eyes are looking at, but I had my shades on. Also, I had a book. So I got the book in front of me, I got the shades on. Am I staring at her? Absolutely. She's just that good looking. Anyway, at this point, my wife is now getting out of the water. She's walking toward me, and she goes, "Hey, man." I'm like, "What?" She's like, "Your book's upside down." I'm like, "That's even creepier." She's like, "That's why I'm telling you."
Yeah.
She's like, "Even better just staring at her. The fact that she's like, I couldn't see your eyes, but the book's upside down, and you're acting like you're reading it." She's just like, "Just pull out your glasses and stare at her." I'm like, "You know what? You're right. You're right."
Right. It happened to me a couple times at Burning Man. One, I'm washing my hands and I'm talking to this woman, and then I look up and it's just the hottest naked woman I've ever seen. But in my head, it's like, keep talking. Don't, you know what I mean?
Don't look.
Right, don't just, because my initial instinct would be like, I'm going to stop talking. So I was like, keep talking. And then this other woman that was in the camp next to us was very nice. I don't know what she did for a living. She had a very nice chest. And she decided just to have like a 30-minute convo with us.
All right.
Oh,
They're just
awesome.
They're just out. Right? So at some point, I just adjust my body to kind of start talking forward because I'm not wearing sunglasses. and I'm trying to keep it together. So she finally walks off. And I go to look at my buddy, and before I could say anything, he goes, "Thank God I had on my shades. That was tough." I go, "Yeah, all right."
I told you, man.
Like, sometimes you just gotta adjust your head and move out of the way.
Ted, I told you, man. I went to Negril, Jamaica. Wife and I go there on vacation. I got in a car wreck, so I got an insurance settlement. So we never had that kind of money. So we fly down to Jamaica. I don't know the landscape that well. I know we have a very nice hotel. I did not know it was right beside hedonism, too.
Aha.
So I think the first afternoon we spent most of the day flying and stuff. We just stayed at the pool, then unpacked, got some food. Didn't really go down and explore too much. Just kind of kept it close. Next day, go to the pool for a little bit. Okay, now it's time to go out to the beach. The first couple I see walk by me are these two old people,
All right.
with bodies like Iggy Pop.
Just leathery.
They're not fat,
Right.
They're just baggy.
Yeah.
I mean, everything is just hanging, but they are incredibly tan. Of
course.
like my buddy who goes to Naked Beach. Then the next couple that comes down, and I learned this is how I learned about this because this was before, or maybe it was after Stella getting her groove back. I don't know, but I was not familiar with Rent-A-Ross.
Oh, yeah.
And so Rent-A-Ross are these Rastafarians that take care of ladies when they want to go down there and spend a week. They basically they stay with them for a week in the hotel room. They take them out to dinner. I don't even think they need to pay them.
Really?
I think as long as they feed them and they hook them up and they do their thing together, like
They feed 'em.
it's just companionship, right? But I mean, companionship. This dude's walking down the beach. He was probably 6'3" and weighed maybe $110 wet. I mean, most of the weight was his dreadlock.
Yeah.
So this makes his just looks huge, right? And I'm just elbowing my wife like, "Baby, look at this thing over
Right.
there." And this thing was swinging like a pendulum. And this woman's got her arm around him, man, and she is smiling like you've never seen anybody as happy in your life.
But size doesn't matter, man.
Oh, she was absolutely ear to ear, just grinning. I mean, she was having the time of her life.
So is he.
Yeah. Our question, for better or worse, who did you see naked or who saw you naked? 206-803-ROCK.
is the mighty 99.9 KISW and KISW HD1 Seattle. Always live on the free Odyssey app. Text the guys at 206-803-ROCK from the Pinky's Plumbing Studio. You're in the men's room.
A question for better or for worse. Who did you see naked or who saw you naked? 206-803-ROCK.
Hello, Johnny. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola.
Hola.
Hey, fellas, long-time listener, first-time caller, but that was an interesting thing is I was just telling somebody a story, a couple stories, but they're both short, so forgive me, okay?
Oh, no worries.
Here's the So, by the way, Thrill, how you doing? Haven't seen you at the bar lately, but I'll catch up with you. We're in the same neighborhood.
I was at the bar Friday, and I was there. Was I there yesterday? Yeah, I was just there yesterday briefly. A little day drinking. You know what, man? I've been off my normal schedule, to be completely honest. Normally, I go after work. However, on Friday, I went there late night because we went to a show, and then I was there during the day yesterday.
Nice. Well, it's always good to see you, and now hear you. I always hear you. In any case, so here's what happened. So it was back when I was much younger. So just to give you a point of view, my grandmother passed away when she was 96. Okay.
All right.
And sweetest lady in the entire world. But she's old school Southern Baptist, straight out of Mississippi, etc. Half Cherokee, half African American. That doesn't matter so much. But to give you an idea, at 90 something, this was maybe a couple years before she passed, she was living in Montlake in my aunt and uncle's house, and of course that's where everybody in the family hung out, etc. Cousins hang out in the backyard. And so one day she just said, "Hey, can one of you grandbabies come help me out, etc." And I ran in the house. She was yelling out the window, and she had just got out of the bathtub. I didn't know that. But that being said, I walk into the room, and she's like, "Hey, can you hand me the lotion on the other side of that bed?" And she had a difficulty moving, mobility, etc. And I was like, "Yeah, sure." And as I reach down and pick up this, and I look up, there's my grandmother, not a thing on, except for a towel. Her breasts are hanging out. They're flat as and they're hanging about halfway across her stomach. And I just stood there in shock and awe, and I can't unsee it.
No, you never will.
No.
How old was she at the time?
96, so he said?
She was probably about 93 or 94.
Oh, much better.
Well, thank God you had a couple years younger. I can't even imagine.
So,
I mean,
But no, that's just traumatizing. Apparently, I'm talking to my cousins. She did that all the time to us, I guess.
do people have sex at that age?
I think if they can, they
my
will.
grandpa, yeah.
Oh, yeah?
What? I mean, I'm just asking. I don't know.
I think if you can, you will.
Yeah,
You know?
but I'm still saying, like, you still would? I could be afraid, like, I was going to break something. You know, like my arm. Just break my forearm.
I'll risk it.
You know what I mean? Something.
You will risk it, though. Yeah, I think you're just like, hey, man, if you're offering this to me, we're both in our 90s.
Okay.
Let's go. I never saw my grandmother naked. That's not a brag. I'm very happy about that. But it did occur to me when I got too old to sit on her lap anymore. It occurred to me, well, my brother and I both had this epiphany. We're looking at her. She's braless, all right? And so she's sitting in the chair she always sat in. And my brother just leans over and he says, "Do you think we ever actually sat on her lap?" And it disturbed me. I'm pretty sure we sat on her boobs.
Oh, yeah.
From ages baby until like 4 or 5 years old. And then I could not stop looking. And she's one of those people where you're sitting in a chair, so you're lowered to the ground. But even when she stood up to go to the kitchen, like her boobs were still the same distance from the floor. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like she stood up, but her boobs would stay in one place. And you're like, oh, God. And then you can never not look at it because she never wore a bra. She's always worn like a nightgown, night shirt, whatever old ladies call it back in the day. But she's in the kitchen cooking.
The moo-moo?
Yeah, more of a moo-moo. And there's just two things you always notice. One, always had a lit cigarette in her mouth. And you just watch the ashes break off and land in whatever it is she was making. But she was a good enough cook, you didn't care. But I believe Salem was her cigarette of choice. So I'm pretty sure the secret to her cooking was Salem ash. But also, like, her boobs were below the counter. And you couldn't not look. And she talked like this all the time, you know, talking about grandbaby. You want some old pancakes? Like, I do. Why are your boobs so low? Just as a kid, it just didn't make any sense, man.
Yeah. I saw a couple of people naked doing the Census Bureau thing.
Do they answer the door naked?
Yes,
or are they?
Absolutely. Out in the middle of nowhere, like, you saw the no trespassing signs.
Right.
You know, like hands on the hips, like, what do you want? Mm-hmm. You know, just bold as can be. Like, locker room bold. just standing there look, we would get the list at the end of like, there's some areas that people just the women didn't feel comfortable going that work there.
Sure.
So we would get 2 or 3 guys, and we would go because we had to give them this information. We had to find out how many people live in the house. What is their age? Are they old enough to vote? Just crap like that, right? And there were gates where you couldn't, private property, all those things. But we still had the paperwork that said we are allowed to be here.
That means nothing to people.
That doesn't stop a bullet.
Right. It means nothing to people.
I mean, there were stories about people having shotgun shells going over the top of their heads into the trees, just warning shots.
Oh, yeah.
Stuff like that. But 2 different dudes on 2 different occasions just standing there. One guy opened the door real quick, and he realized that we weren't missionaries, or I don't know. I guess we looked.
Is that how we chase missionaries away?
I don't know. I think everybody
the door
has.
naked.
Well, the other guy probably did it on purpose, get you off his porch.
Oh yeah, absolutely. You could just tell he was there. He was there just showing it off,
right? Just
so we would leave. Just like, all right. We said, sir,
did you leave, or do you still just have to follow through?
We were there, so now he's going to talk to us. So we talked to him for the interview? It was like 10 questions, so 4 or 5 minutes.
And he's just butt naked the whole time.
And we're filling out the paperwork.
Right.
Typically, you give that to the resident. We're just asking the questions.
You want to get out of there as bad as he wants you out of there.
Yeah, exactly.
That works, man. Open the door naked. That works a lot. I don't think I've ever answered the door naked. It's the best I can tell. No. Like, I've wanted to, but I'm like, man, just don't. Just don't, because it might not be who you think it is.
Well, it depends. Like, if you're in a hotel room and you have, like, a peephole, and, like, it's your wife, girlfriend, whatever, yeah, just whip that door open,
Well, sure.
Yeah.
I've never opened it naked, but I had a neighbor once knock on my door, and we had just kind of finished up, but it's, like, early evening, so I didn't really think about it.
Right.
So I just answered the door, and he was always real. It was him and his girl, and I think they just wanted to hang out or something, but it was awkward. And they only stayed like 2 or 3 minutes, and then they left. And I looked at the girl I'm with, and I'm like, that was weird. And she's like, you're wearing gray shorts, and there's a massive stain.
Oh.
Like, I think they just put 2 and 2 together and didn't want to talk to you right now. And I was like, yeah, you're right.
I have had a hotel maid walk into the room when I was naked.
I have too.
Because they knock, and before you can say, like, hang on a second.
They open that door quick.
Basically, it's, and then the door's open. So she opens the door. My hands are just in front of my Johnson, And she's like, oh, I'm so sorry. I'm like, okay, well, stop apologizing. Just close the door.
Yeah.
It's like, I'm so sorry, sir. Okay. Step out for a second. I will put something on. Then they come back in and act all bashful. I'm like, you're the one who made it weird because you wouldn't stop talking to me. Like, stop.
Yeah.
Good God, man.
We would do... the Boy Scouts would do like these community things, right? And one of the things we would do is we would go to an old folks home. And I mean old folks home. Like people who needed 24-hour care.
Yeah.
It's one thing to be in a residence.
What do you do?
That's like a nursing home.
Yeah, it's a nursing home.
Right.
I mean, you're on the door. I mean, you're knocking on the door. Basically, these places.
And then what?
It depended.
I mean, as a Boy Scout.
It depended. Sometimes we would get service animals that were donated.
Okay.
So we would go to the people who were with the dogs. We also read. A lot of people just wanted the newspaper read. Or just graze over the stories.
Yeah.
Things like that. Get them a cup of coffee. A lot of unnecessary nudity there because when they're still like in gowns, a lot of them, like they're in a hospital. And those gowns come up pretty quick.
Oh, yeah.
Or they, just they're not comfortable, they untie them or whatever. So you got people passed out. And normally there were 2 people per room. And I remember just walking in, this one guy, man. I mean, he had the biggest testicles I have ever seen. I've been in locker rooms basically my whole life growing up.
Yeah.
I've never seen a pair of ends that big on anybody. I was like in awe of them. They were like dropped down and they were going down to bed. Like I was like, wow, he was out of it. He was asleep. He had one leg up in the air. But I was supposed to go in.
Why did he have a leg up in the air?
He had one knee up. I don't know what he was doing. But there are curtains in between the 2 people, you know? So, he's in the back. So, and keep in mind, I'm wearing my Boy Scout uniform. I've got, a neckerchief on.
Yeah.
Hello, sir.
The whole dumb deal. I'm 13, 14 years old. I turn around the corner, man, he's... But, I mean, those couillons were the biggest. It just stuck in my... I was like, oh, my God. I couldn't even stop staring at him.
Dude, I went to a hospital once to visit a coworker and just went into the wrong room.
Oh, no.
There's just a guy, and, he's on his back. And, look, it's my fault. I was in the wrong room. But he's just same thing, completely naked. And his legs are just kind of up in the air, and he's like screaming. I mean, it was awful. I just turned around and went, we're in the wrong room.
Why was he screaming?
I don't know, but it was an odd sound, like he was in a bad spot, and then like people went rushing in right after that. So I don't know what had happened, but just to see another grown man naked with his feet just kind of up in the air screaming, it's like, what in the hell is going on?
Yeah. Also, this guy. All right. So think about like a Christmas wreath.
All right.
Okay, that was going around as Johnson, but the whole thing was white, and it was like the hairs were like 4 inches long. So it looked like he had like
a bird's eye view of Einstein.
He had like a cloud going around the whole perimeter of this thing. Like he had never trimmed ever, one day in his life. It was like just the boys were out and the thing was coming through the nest, looking like cobwebs. I was just like, what in the hell's that? Because I think I was just starting puberty at that time. I'm like, man, I hope this is not where this is going.
Right.
I don't mind having some hair here because I feel a little bit more comfortable getting in the shower with my buddies, but still.
This is the rest of the story.
Look at that thing. What is that? It's amazing.
Working at the pool, obviously, I saw my fair share of unsolicited nudity, having to go into the locker rooms for whatever reason.
Did you get into the women's as well?
Of course not, dude. No. It was, when I had to go into the men's room to clean something or restock something like that. Old people, for whatever reason, old men do not care.
Do not care at all.
They get zero Fs, dude. And same thing. They could be knocking knees. It doesn't matter. They're still just hanging brain. There was this one time I remember on Sundays we were closed entirely to the public. It was only private swim. It was only if you had bought some sort of a party, you're having a birthday party, celebration, whatever. So I remember it was at my very last party. It was winding down. It was like 3:45 whenever I got 15 minutes left on my shift. This dude walks out of the men's locker room. Of course, there's nobody's there because I'm the only guy, and I'm there to receive the parties that come in, and I'm their lifeguard. This guy comes out of the dude's locker room, and he walks over, and he looks to me and says, hey, is it possible that I could swim out here today? And I had to tell him, like, sorry, no, dude, it's only parties today. Can't have you swimming. So parties get done. They go out. I'm cleaning up. I finally go into the men's locker room to clean that up and get it scrubbed up, and this dude is just standing there naked, and there is this black abyss sitting right there in his crotch. I don't know why he's still naked. There's no reason why
he been in there.
Way too long, like 25, 30 minutes, dude. Like there is no reason. He didn't get wet. He didn't dip a toe. There is no reason why this man should still be naked. But there he was.
Did he approach you? Was he already naked when he first said, "Can I go swim?"
He was in a suit. He was in his bathing suit, his swim trunks, when he came out and was like, hey, is it all right if I swim? It's just the trunks. You should be able to get those down and get yourself dressed back within 35 minutes, dude. Especially when I'm scrubbing out, public areas and whatnot. I walk in there and this dude is naked as a jaybird in front of me, and I got that staring at me. There was nothing else there.
What did you say?
I said, dude, you gotta go.
You gotta go.
Like, sorry, man. You gotta get. It was
that
bad.
is so awkward.
It is like
30, 25 minutes.
That, like, why are you still in there?
Right.
Why are you naked?
Because the party didn't go through either. They went through the side exit out there. Everybody had already dried off and they were already changed up. So I was just cleaning stuff up. So it's like, you have no obstruction. Why are you
gotta
naked?
know. Like, for instance, last week, right? I get up, I do some stuff in the morning, I get back. The maintenance guy is there with the guy fixing my washer and dryer. And he goes, sorry, I thought you already left for the day. I said, no. I said, is this going to affect my water? Could I shower? And he goes, as long as you don't shower in your washing machine. But, like, I took my shorts and my underwear into my bathroom with me.
Yes.
Because I was like, I'm going to shower. I'm not going to just walk out naked.
Right.
Like, I know they're in there. Right? Like, what is that guy doing? What is he just hanging out naked?
Jeez. We go to China. A man reported that his wife developed depression and anxiety after being seen naked by two window cleaners at their high-end apartment in a Chinese city.
Depression.
The incident occurred back in
Did they
April.
write a sign?
I don't know, but
Your
the
body
man,
sucks.
identified only as Mr. Ching by the media, claims his wife has been suffering from depression and anxiety ever since. So he and his wife rented a high-rise apartment in a luxury apartment complex for about $1,400 a month.
How do you know that they're not
A
Seattle?
luxury apartment, $1,400 a month. I'm moving to China.
Yeah, no kidding.
He specifically told management to notify them before the exterior glass walls were cleaned. Now, Mr. Ching claims he made his request about being notified to the building's front desk, to the housekeeper, and even on the building group chat. But one morning, two workers suddenly appeared outside their bedroom window. startling his wife as she slept naked. It's been almost 4 months now, and the doctor diagnosed her with depression and anxiety. I've demanded a public apology, blah, 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 blah. In the last building, there were like maybe 2 or 3 issues of Playboy that got, there were subscriptions that they sent in for the radio stations.
Yeah.
So like there'd be one for the End, one for KISW, one for the Mountain, or whoever.
So, in other words, 3 in our office.
Yeah, right. So we'd see these things, be like, oh, yeah, Playboy, great. So we'd take them into the office. But then there was one day, like the window washers were out in front of our window, right? So I just take that centerfold, man, and just plaster it up against the window. And I was hoping to God, because I know my luck, like that mother, if he fell, we were like 16 floors up, man. I was just imagining him like going, boobs. And just,
The last thing he saw before plummeting the earth.
Miss March. And he fell 16 floors to his death.
Worth it!
Mrs. Chen was apparently sleeping naked in her bed without the curtains closed when the 2 window cleaners appeared and saw her, which was so shocking and degrading that she started to go into depression. Now the couple is asking for some sort of compensation for building management.
Close your curtain. You have the presence of mind to tell management, to tell housekeeping, and to go onto the building chat.
Right.
So I would say, babe, if you're going to sleep naked and we're that worried about this thing, close the curtain.
So they've been offered 600 won for their next contract. That is right. Won?
I believe so.
Okay.
YUAN?
Yes. The case sparked a heated online debate on Chinese social media, with some people blaming the property management for not informing residents before window cleaning operations. Others putting the blame on the woman for sleeping with the curtains open. Listen, here.
Close your if it matters to you. Look, man, if someone said, okay, I'm very, very, very self-conscious about being seen naked. I go, okay, but I sleep nude. All right. I live in a high-rise. Cool. We've alerted all of these different people. I would still say, close your curtain. Like when you want something done, they say do it yourself. This is not like a DIY project where we're saying rewire your house. Like, close your goddamn curtains. Right. It eliminates that threat. If it's that big of a deal to you that you're going to spiral into depression because somebody saw your mossy cottage, you know what I'm saying? Like, then just close the curtains.
Also, there's warning. All you got to do is look outside. There are ropes that are going to be hanging down.
Yes.
They're above you. They're on the way down. That's why you're seeing water droplets fall on your windows and everything else. Even if you're on the top floor, you're going to see a rope fall down. It doesn't matter. I mean, you know when they're coming to clean your windows. And the only thing I can think of when I see those guys is, thank God they're coming to clean the windows.
Yeah. Close your curtains. This really is not that difficult. Now, here's my question. When I read through that story,
too.
I'm like, okay, so this guy...
Close all the curtains.
Yes.
Make sure they're all closed.
The curtains.
Of the fabric and meat variety. So, but my question was this, all right? So you've told building maintenance, you've told management, you've told housekeeping. So you've made it clear to all these different people that your wife sleeps naked. Now, I work at this building. What do you think the odds are, honestly, that these guys saw at least one of the 4 different areas that this guy says this? Because, look, they're on a schedule.
Right.
So if there's any memo that you need, and it's hey, Miles, man, apparently this chick is hot on the 15th floor. I'll say we just drop down. And we get a game.
Yeah. I mean, we know.
You told everyone in the world, my wife sleeps naked. And our curtains are open. You know who cares? The guys that clean your windows.
We know these guys. We know guys who do it.
Yes.
Hey, look, man, if there's a window open over there at the Renaissance, and we see a chicken there, we stop and go, oh, yeah, look at that, look at that, look at that, hey. We'll all run and press our face against the window.
It's like kids at the aquarium.
BVD and Steve got her face plastered up like that. Where did she go? I think she went to the bathroom. She coming back?
Is that a furry?
Yeah. For better or worse, who did you see naked or who saw you naked? 206-803-ROCK.
This 99.9 KISW. Here's the question of the day.
Brought to you by Advanced Hair Restoration.
Text the men's room at 206-803-ROCK.
A question: for better or for worse, who did you see naked or who saw you naked? 206-803-ROCK. You are listening to the men's room.
KISW. The shenanigans continue. This is the men's room with Miles and Thrill.
Man got kicked out of a corn concert at MetLife Stadium in New Jersey last Wednesday for buttering his cob. Someone recorded it, posted it on TikTok, or maybe it should be detox.
Was that a corn joke?
Yes.
Doggone it.
Dude was just sitting in his seat going at himself in full view of everyone. At one point, someone jumped down to the row above him and punched him in the back of the head. Then security showed up and dragged him out. By the look on his face, you could tell he wasn't all there.
What do you think happens at a corn concert without your move?
I don't know. Whether or not substances were involved is an open question at this point, but either
Freak
way,
on the leash, love it.
I know, let's just say like
Just, what is the song that you break it out and start handling your business?
Blind.
You only got one eye.
For better or for worse, who did you see naked or who saw you naked? 206-803-ROCK.
You can't be surprised people around you are going to get aggressively mad.
Right.
Yeah, because here, look, I don't care what the event is, right? I love the Ravens. It can be Ravens Seahawks. It's the Super Bowl, all right? We are all there. We have our rooting interest. I'm going to tap you on the shoulder and be like, yo, Mike, I know that it is 4th and goal with 8 seconds left. That guy is punching the clown, right? And I cannot take my eyes off of it, and you're ruining the moment. I think that's it.
Are you ready?
Yeah! Freak on a leash!
Come on, man.
Look, I get it. Like,
Do you?
It's time to take
a
off the
little
leash.
bit. It's just like,
You thought that Lollapalooza show was wild.
right, like, look, full disclosure, after 2 nights of Morgan Wallen, there's a lot of fireworks. And I said to somebody, I said, I am so fired up. I feel like I could hump a chair. But I didn't do anything.
Is that what you said? Was that a quote?
It was.
That you could hump a chair? Like, I am so
I was not sitting with Ted.
before a football game. All right, team, we're going to go out there. If
you do that-
kick her out. Ted, you ready? I can hump a chair, coach.
You know, you
All
can
right,
do that,
Ted,
you have
dial
to put
it
on
down.
eyeliner.
Well, it's either that or getting a fight. Sometimes those emotions are pretty close to each other.
I would feel more comfortable you
Well, I
punching
said that.
me.
I said, I don't know if I want to hump a chair or get in a fight. I just know there's a lot of stuff going through me right now.
Okay. All right.
For better or worse, who did you see naked or who saw you naked?
Point being, though, I didn't pull out my junk and do anything. All right, that was the whole point of my story.
Hey. Feel
alive.
I get it. You're at the corn concert. You got a lot of emotions
No,
going
dude,
through you.
your self-control is off the charts.
Thanks, dude.
I think anyone else, we just had to start humping a chair.
That's right.
That's what I feel like doing.
Getting after
That's
it.
what I'm doing. Hello, John. Welcome to the men's room.
You.
Hello.
Hola.
So I have worked at hospitals for about 30 years.
Uh-oh.
So you can imagine I've seen my fair share of just about everything.
But is it ever unexpected? I mean, I feel like if I'm at a hospital, like I know I'm going to walk in and see naked people. But how many times are you just like, why is this dude naked?
Yes, but let me tell you the story. So one time I'm working, and this lady had a hip replacement, and she is in her 30s, okay? And she's like from Sweden or something.
Yeah.
And I walk in because it's 3 days after surgery, and 3 days after surgery is when you can take a shower. So I walk in with supplies for her to do that. And as soon as she sees the supplies and everything, she's like, yay, I get to take a shower. Jumps out of bed, rips off her gown, and she's like, I'm ready to go. And I'm like, I think I am too. But anyway, so yeah, I helped her. But I think sometimes it was intentional because, like, even when she got out of the shower, I was holding a robe up. She wouldn't put it on. And, yeah, I think she was kind of showing off for fun.
What do you mean she wouldn't put it on? She just flat out refused to let you put the robe on?
Oh, she stood in front of the mirror and brushed her teeth and combed her hair and was just standing there. And I'm like, could you put this on?
What are you supposed to do? Put the toothpaste on a brush? I mean, what do you like a shower attendant?
I work in the industry.
Well, I know.
I know, but how long do you have to wait holding the robe? Like, she's going to brush her hair, she's going to brush her teeth. Cool. Can you just put the gown down at that point and walk away, or do you have to? Is it protocol to stand there?
The whole time. No, I held it up the whole time.
Okay.
Just waiting for her, you know.
What's the most uncomfortable situation you've been in, or the most disgusting?
I was going to tell you. Okay, so sometimes we have females that are in their 30s, 40s, even 50s, that even 20s, whatever, you know, that are like, okay, we don't want any male staff, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so I knew this lady, you know, had that in her chart that she didn't want no male staff. But I was the only one working on that weekend. And so I go and knock on the door and say, hey, you know, I'm the only one here, blah, blah, blah. And she goes, no, I understand. She goes, it's okay, right? And then I'm like, well, you know,
we have these options. You know, you could take a shower, you could, you know, just clean up a little bit, you know, whatever. And she's like, you know, I would like to take a shower. Now, she was very discreet and nice and everything, but what surprised me was that she asked me for a razor, and I went and got her one. And then she said, hey, because of my surgery, I'm having a hard time reaching down there. Would you mind shaving me? And I said, no, I'm not doing that.
I ought to put a heart in it.
What, so why did you choose not to shave? It seems like a fairly simple request.
Lightning bolt.
You know, she already said she didn't want men, and here I am. Yeah, no. Not happening.
I've never done that.
Shave someone else?
Yes.
No.
No, that would be new to me.
I mean, I've had times where I'm like, boy, I'd like to. I've got to wait for them to fall asleep, but I've never actually done it. But I mean, if for a request, like, yeah, all right, man, I got this. Well, depending who I'm going through people that I've been with. I can't a random patient, would you shave me? No. Absolutely
Got a
not.
cigarette hanging out of her mouth. Yeah. Bob's needs some cleaning. For better or worse, who did you see naked or who saw you naked? 206-803-ROCK.
I think that's probably. I think some people are specifically into that.
Shaving
each other.
Sure, I get it.
Maybe, yeah.
Hey, man, do your thing.
I've just never done it.
I'm the only attendant there. This is the woman's request. I guess I would. Would you not, Mike?
I don't think so.
I mean, it's just like, look, this is as far as medical stuff goes, anything else of that, catheters, assisting on a surgery, I don't know, I would rather shave your genitals than give you a sponge bath.
I still... With her being conscious, I think I would give her the runaround.
Jeez, man.
Back in my chloroform days.
I don't want anybody active. You know, like you were talking about with the catheters and whatnot.
Yeah.
I would think that they're unconscious at that point.
Right, but you still have to take it out. To insert it is one thing. But when they take
I'm
it out,
telling him,
you're
like, look,
conscious.
let me get somebody, and I'm walking away from
Right,
it.
but what Mike's saying, he's right. The only time I've woken up with somebody to shave me was during a surgery.
Yeah.
Would you, all right, again, sponge bath or the shave? Because the sponge bath just lasts longer, is my thing. Like, you want to just get both of them done. So for me, neither of these is ideal. What takes the least amount of time?
Oh, I think I'd rather go sponge bath.
I'm with Ted.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because the
Shaving-
bath,
But sponge bath, I don't have to move folds. You don't have to, you know what I mean? Like, it's just, I don't have to reach in places I really don't want to be. But shave, I understand what's in front of me. I'm going to hit it, I quit it.
But you don't have to start with the bits on the shower. You can start in certain, broad areas
But
that
you
kind of get
gotta
your mind
get
locked
there.
into the job at hand.
No, it doesn't.
And then you start. Then I'm locked in, and then it's like, okay, now I'm being professional. Now I'm doing a thing.
And here's her
the
vagina.
shaving is just like, all right, ta-da,
It's just
and then I have to
vagina.
get in there.
Look, man, to me, I got one thing. I got one job.
And then what happens if I cut her?
Well, that's kind of funny. But I mean,
It's weird. Dude, I woke up from surgery when I got my hemorrhoidectomy.
Yeah. They shave your butt.
A little bit of shaving going on down there, and then all the things were taped to the side.
Yeah.
When I woke up, I was
tape
like,
residue.
yes. You could see it, like athletic tape.
Yeah.
I was like, I'll be damned. And it's one of the places they shave was where they put the tape down.
Right.
And I was
Just down by your knee down
Just
there?
one side, not the other. So it's like, one side shaved, the other done. They're like, you tape my caboodle.
You moved everything to the side.
No, just put a piece of tape over it.
Yeah, I had a hiatal hernia.
Little gorilla
kinda
tape.
up in like your stomach area. But same thing. I just, you know me. I did zero research. I was like, all right, need a surgery.
Sure.
And I woke up and they're like, how do you feel? And I was like, my throat's killing me. And they're like, well, we had a giant tube in it.
Yeah.
And I go, and who shaved my stomach?
You wanted to know?
So it was just like a fast.
You're like a dog. You got the.
I just like, well, because you're still kind of out of it from the drugs. But those are my two questions. Like, and who shaved my stomach? I'm
Think about it,
going to
man.
get him.
People that do tattoos, right? So whatever area you're going to need a tattoo, they shave. Even if you don't think hair grows there,
There's hair.
They shave. And I know this now. I've gotten enough tattoos. So I will shave the area. I will shave it that morning. And by the time you get to the tattoo place, they still shave it again anyway, just to make sure. Completely understand. Well, some people get it on their genitals, right? So I'm like, look, if I'm a tattoo guy, all right, look, if I work in the medical industry, I'm just dealing with nakedness all the time. That's the nature of the job. No big deal. I'm still picking the shave over the sponge bath. If I'm doing tattoos and it's like, well, I want to get it down here, like, fine, man. I already have to interact with this longer than I'd like to, but also got to shave it. Because they won't let you shave it. They need to shave it. That, to me, I told you, a buddy of mine, it was a friend of his. got a dollar sign tattooed on his testicles so that it looked like a money bag from Monopoly. That's the way the guy explained it. But I'm like, you had to shave his bees. He's like, yeah. And he's like, the thing that made it weird is it's a dude I know. Mm-hmm. Right?
We iron that out, you stretch it out.
That is what I asked him. I said, well, it's awfully wrinkly. And he goes, so even just for the tattoo and the shaving, they took an empty Coke can and basically stretched the skin over the top, not the bees themselves, but the skin over the top of the Coke can, and then very gently shave. I'm like, for real? He's like, yeah, it sucked.
For better or worse, who did you see naked or who saw you naked? 206-803-ROCK.
Hello, Alex. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola.
Hola.
So I lived on these apartments in Manette, Bremerton area, and it was the summertime, and I had the window open. I was just trying to be quick. I was cleaning some of my reptile cages at the time, and it's right on the water, like I said. So I get my shirt off, and in passing, turning around to grab my shirt, I see this boat of men, and there's got to be 5 of them. And they've all got their binoculars.
Oh, wow.
And they're looking. And one of the guys throws his hands up like he just made, the biggest score of his life.
Yeah, they make guys very excited.
Why did these dudes have binoculars?
I have no idea, but they were
whale-watching boat.
Well, if they're on a boat.
They had binoculars.
Okay, they were on a boat.
They were on a boat, yeah.
Okay, that makes, because I'm just thinking, I might see you naked. I don't know that I could just produce a pair of binoculars to get a better look all in one swoop. All right, Alex, let me
Dude,
ask
it'd
you
be
this.
better if you were an old school, just that single binocular.
Oh, yeah, just
You're
a
just
little telescope guy.
oh, excuse me.
Ahoy!
Columbus style.
I want to have a gallon. Look at these.
Everyone should have one of those.
Just in the back pocket.
Or take it to a football game. Ahoy! Look at this.
Wait a minute.
It was pretty funny.
Is that Alex over there?
That's her.
Yep, I can see him.
What are those things called?
Reptiles and breasts. I don't remember. It's not quite a telescope.
The kaleidoscope?
No. You know that the pirates used to have it, right?
Yeah.
So it's not binoculars.
Yeah, it's a little mini scope. Hang on.
It's a binocular, but back in the day, you just had the one.
Wouldn't it be a monocular then?
Yeah, monocular.
Monocular.
Binocular.
Right. That sounds like a football player. Monocular Johnson. Alex, let me ask you this. Again, the choice. You got to sponge bath someone, not of your choice. Sponge bath someone or shave their genitals.
I've done both, so either or. I'll rock, paper, scissors it, to be honest.
Okay, why were you shaving someone's genitals?
I don't know what it is with women and just loving to groom people, but it's fun.
Who did you groom? Was this a partner of yours?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. So it was not his idea.
Power to you.
No, I asked, and he was like, "Oh, really?" And then I was like, "Yeah."
Is that because it needed it? Were you trying to be subtle?
Right, because you said it's fun.
Or you just wanted to because it's fun.
I wanted to because it was fun.
Okay. All right. Because if not, I'd be Finn, what's wrong with what's going on?
Yeah,
you
what am I doing wrong?
You don't like my stylist?
I respect it.
No, I respect. That's cool. I mean, if my wife said, "Hey, let me trim that up,"
Right.
Yeah, okay.
No, whatever.
Make it how you want it.
Look, man.
Have it your way.
Yeah. It's BK. It is BK down there.
DK.
DK Metcalf.
No.
God, there was a chick named Lily we used to know years ago. She was fairly good looking, but she lived around the corner, whatever. First place that we all had our own place. But she came over one day, and I remember she was wearing a skirt. She sat down, cross-legged, and her skirt kind of hiked up a bit, and it looked like she was giving birth to a possum, man. And I mean, we're just looking like, do you say something like, Lily, a little self-respect? What is it, hibernating? My God, man, it's the middle of summer.
It's like the waitress in Waiting.
Yeah, there's just so much. Just so.
She gives it back to him.
Yeah, like, golly, man. Hello, Aaron. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola.
Hola.
So I was a general manager of a really high-profile restaurant, and I had a service manager, super hot female, and she had to go out for a medical. She had surgery, she told me.
All right.
And I was like, okay. So I gave her medical time off. She comes back, and I come into the office, and she's following me, and there was something a little off about her. I couldn't quite figure it out, and We walk into the office, and she opens up her shirt, and she's got bare breasts in my face. She goes, "I got a boob job," and she grabs my hand and she pushes it against one of her breasts, and she jiggles it, and she goes, "Don't they feel real?"
And what did you say? Nah, not really.
I'm like, oh, let me try it again. Let's check the other one.
Yeah. Well, that's a pretty common occurrence when people, it's like getting a new car. You want to see him a new car? It seems like.
I know. It's like if that dude is between, I'd say, 35 and 45, and they're a good-looking couple, and he has bought them, so at some point at a work function, at the pool, you will see them.
He's going to ask you
But
if you want to see
he will
them.
ask you. It's not
Correct.
like she
No.
breaks the
Yes.
will.
Right.
We were doing Preakness years ago, right? The infield of Preakness, second jewel, the Triple Crown, whatever. I'm working it, got the microphone and all this, and people get absolutely hammered there. It's kind of notorious for that. No big deal. And same thing, this guy's about 45, and he had just bought his wife a pair of new breasts. I did not ask, nor was I interested. I'm kind of in a bad mood because everyone's partying, but we're not. Anyway, we get there, and they're kind of waiting in this line because when people see a microphone, they want to talk into it, right? So they're kind of waiting in line. And the guy comes up, and he's hammered. He's like, "My wife just got new boobs. You want to see?" And she's kind of eager, right? So she has her hands like at the ready to lift up her shirt. Remember, I looked at him. I'm like, "Nah." And the look on her face was absolutely crestfallen. The truth is, I did want to see him, but I was just in a bad mood, so I wanted to ruin someone else's day. Yeah, I was kind of having that moment. Looking back, I regret it. Had the chance to see free boobs, but I'm just like, nah.
Well, you gotta keep, like when I'm a nighttime janitor, right? This is at the AFL-CIO, but my mom worked there for 30-some years.
Yeah.
So everybody knows my mother. But when you're on the night crew or the day crew, like when there's parties, we don't partake because we got to set them up, clean them up, whatever.
Right.
So her boss is leaving. They have this huge going away party, and the guy that runs the front desk, Paul is, Mr. Yoked up, goes to the gym all the time, loves football. Now, I don't know if he was any good at playing football, but he loves football. His wife gets new boobs. We go to this going away party. He shows everybody. I don't think my mom's super pumped that, I'm 19. I'm seeing him. Well, then we're all drinking. Paul gets really drunk. So now it's turned into challenges. I keep winning. Then it turns into let's play one-on-one, blocking drills out front.
Yep.
I think the third time I beat him, and you know me, I go, "I told you it's about leverage, not strength." And I walk away. Well, I turn around, and he's about to hit me. Like the right. It was an S show. And I remember on the way home, my mom was like, "That's going to be awkward at work." And I said, "Don't sweat it. He was just drunk or whatever." But he was so apologetic. But I think in the end, the thing I remember was like when I was 19, like, all right, I beat up the big guy, but, got the best of him. But like, man, those boobs were something.
I don't care about the fight. I care about
But
the boobs.
he was just there at the bar. Everybody. Want to see him? Want to see him?
And it's never the woman that says, "Do you want to see them?"
She
It's
didn't
always
mind.
the-
I should also say, for the record, don't do that. I mean, it only took them 3 years to get divorced.
Yeah, I was going to say, man, that writing's on the wall. You want to see him? Well, a bunch of people are about to, so yeah.
Yeah.
Good times. For better or worse, who did you see naked or who saw you naked? 206-803-ROCK.
The Men's Room on The Rock. Brought to you in part. 99.9 KISW. Here's the question of the day.
Brought to you by Advanced Hair Restoration.
Text the men's room at 206-803-ROCK.
Our question, for better or for worse, who did you see naked? Or who saw you? 206-803-ROCK. You are listening to the men's room.
KISW and KISW HD1 Seattle. Always live on the free Odyssey app. From the Pinky's Plumbing Studio, you're in the men's room. Text the guys at 206-803-ROCK.
Coming up here until 4:30, we've got the 10 catchiest songs of the last 50 years, according to AI.
AI, yes.
As we sit and spin. Right after emails on our question, for better or worse, who did you see naked or who saw you? 206-803-ROCK.
Hello, Sammy. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola, Pacholas.
Hola.
Okay, so when I was about 18, I was working at Macy's, and at first they would kind of just put me in whatever department needed somebody for the day. And one day they're like, hey, you're going to go work in intimate apparel, which is where, like, the bras, you know, the underwear, lingerie, etc. And I'm like, all right, you know, makes sense. They need a female in that department for the most part. So I'm just minding my business when this very, very sweet old lady, who's probably like 70 to 80 maybe, comes in and says that she thinks she's been wearing the wrong bra size for a couple years and she wants to get some new bras. Cool, no biggie. She goes in with a couple, and I hear her, excuse me, hollering at me, and so I go back there and she says, hey, I need, yada yada size. And I'm like, okay. So I run out, get the bra that she wants in the size that she said. I go back there, and she is full bush naked.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, most women, when they're just changing bras, don't, feel the need to take the under part garments off. But this sweet old lady just opened the fitting room door, proud as could be, didn't give a dang in the world. Full bush. And I was trying to be polite and professional, but on the inside, I was dying.
All right.
Yeah,
I wouldn't expect that.
That's a bit much.
As a guy, man, it's very difficult to be in those departments with your wife, with your girlfriend. Even if she's like, do you like this? Do you like that? You're like, well, you are buying some practical things here, but you are buying some things, other stuff. I mean, just to go into a Victoria's Secret, I'm like, I'm going to go to a different store.
Really? I found Victoria's Secret. I've been in there a couple times without my wife because something showing up for her birthday.
I just feel like everyone who sees me is just going to think this guy's a perv, no matter what.
I will say this about Victoria's Secret. If you're a solo dude, assuming you're not wearing a trench coat and all this kind of thing, if you're a solo dude and you walk in there, they all want to help you. So instead of having like one salesperson that trails you everywhere, like all these women came up to me and they're like, what are you looking for? And I'm like, look, my wife says like this kind of thing, because I'm a typical guy. I did not write it down.
Right.
So I'm struggling to explain and they'll kind of smile. But like all of them go and find what they think you're trying to say. Like it was an amazing experience. And one thing about Victoria's Secret, all the women that work there are hot. But then I think this was on one of Pacific Place at this time. It's like 19, 18 years ago. And they're like, well, what size bra does she wear? And I'm like, dude, I don't know. So I realized, and you're being dead honest about it. You just looked at all the women. I'm like your size. I'm like, honestly, I don't know the actual bra size. So the woman explained what her bra size was, which is like it's weird because it's still very businesslike. Well, I'm so and so and so and so. I'm like, it doesn't even sound familiar. I don't know, but they would kind of put the bra on over top of their shirts, and I'm like, yeah, I think that's right, man. And anyway, by the time you get to the register, like all of them there hope that you have had success. Because I realized, like, you truly have no idea what you're looking for. Because I'm not there to get something sexy. There was some, like, specific thing.
Like a sports bra or something, maybe?
Yeah, but, there's, like, all these different things.
They sell a lot of stuff
it.
that's not just sexy lingerie.
Exactly. And this was not sexy lingerie.
Yeah.
If it's sexy lingerie, dudes walk in and say, I want that, right? Because it's about you. But in this case, I'm like, look, I'm getting, like, 3 of these bras. See,
I never would trust you.
She didn't know I was getting them for her. This was not a honey.
This was not like a mission for you.
This was a gift.
I'm
like, hey man, I'll take care of this. Okay. But I felt weird walking in. But seriously, every saleswoman there, they're like gathered around you.
They're super nice.
God, it was great, man. But I'm like,
maybe I shouldn't feel so uncomfortable in there.
No, and
don't go in there and be weird.
I'm not going to be weird. I'm just looking around.
Yes, you are. Not because you mean to be.
Yeah, if you're just walking around, looking around creepily, then they're going to be like, this guy's being a creep.
The worst thing you could say is, I'm just looking. I'm just looking.
I just came by to smell some stuff.
Yeah, ooh, that's
for better or for worse. Who did you see naked, or who saw you naked? 206-803-ROCK.
Only other time I had a situation like this, and I was at a Rite Aid, and this is a former girlfriend. Her period hit, and I'm sent to the store to get her tampons or pads or whatever. And again, at this point, I have no idea, right? So I find this woman. I'm like, where's the feminine hygiene stuff? She escorts me to the aisle, and ladies, I don't understand. I mean, the entire aisle is nothing but like if you need condoms, you got your choice of this or that, right? With the women, man, I mean, there's like a billion things, and I'm like, Christ, man, I don't even know where to begin, So the woman's like, well, is it heavy flow? Is it light flow? Is it medium flow? I'm like, I don't know the answers to these questions. So I'm like, well, what do you use? And she told me straight up, she's like, I use this one. I'm like, cool. That's the one I got. Yep. Turns out that was the right one. Like, boom.
Worse for me when it was my daughter.
Oh, God.
And, she'd never had that happen before, so she's, with me, and I'm like, I felt like I was jumping in, springing into action.
Right. Like, okay.
All right, I'll go up there. I'll get you some stuff.
Do you have any idea what you're doing?
I know I'm going to get 2 varieties.
Sure.
I'm going to get this one, and I'm going to get the pad.
Tampons and pads.
That's right. I'm going to get both, because I don't know where she's at.
Yeah, I know.
The one that
I thought you were saying Black Power.
One of these. Give one of these up in there, or you just stay down below.
You just said I would not be weird. And if you went to a person that read it and said, I'm looking for one of these and one of them.
Right. Butterfly.
Or Ninja Punch.
Yes, exactly. You take both.
What are you, Super Mario?
I know.
It's like, God damn it, it's got a tampon.
I did have both kinds. And one was like different sizes.
That's
So
the
it's
other
like,
thing.
It's
You
like
don't
three
know.
different sizes.
I definitely bought pads once, and the girl basically, when I brought them back, laughed me out of my own apartment.
Why? What was wrong with the pads you got?
She just kind of went, it's been like 3 or 4 months. You don't really think I wear pads. Don't you think you would have noticed one by now? And I was like, all right.
Maybe.
And I was like, it's a corner store. I'll walk back. You're fine. But she was just like, what about your grandma? And I was like, all right.
I didn't know. I didn't know.
Ladies, understand something. Until we know specifically, when it comes to that kind of thing, right? We don't know. Look, we see the commercial. Like those commercials, they're speaking to you. To us, we hear tampon or pad. To us, it ends there.
Right.
So we're like, and I'm sure the way you're thinking, Ted, knowing you, it's probably like, oh, maximum coverage.
Correct.
So do you think I'm your girl? It's like, no, man, I'm trying to cover all the bases.
Just right. Miles to the correct thing. Should have bought both.
Yeah.
One of these.
One of
these.
And I would also say to people that are single men in their 20s,
Yeah.
like hopefully you have condoms in the house, but keep a box of tampons around just in case.
Really?
Yeah, man.
That's not weird to a chick if.
Well, just
I don't know.
sometimes-
That's 50 cents, by the way.
yeah.
No, they're locked up.
I got them, but it's 50 cents.
Another thing, ladies.
Because this means nothing's happening. 50 cents.
If we're at a bar or a restaurant, if you whisper into my wife's ear and the two of you don't know each other, we know what the conversation is.
Oh, yeah.
Do you need a pad? Is that what you're saying? We know what the conversation is.
I was in a bathroom Friday night at a place, and they had one of the old school put in a quarter, and I won't say what it was called, but it rhymed with checker. Increaser. So my buddy comes out and goes, there was already a quarter in it, but it didn't work. I had this knowledge.
You put two side by side.
I still tried.
Yeah.
What is it supposed to do?
I don't. Would I give you like a gas station penis pill?
Oh, all right.
Okay.
Right. It was a checker.
I got you. Yeah.
Yes.
But we both did it.
Of course you did.
For better or worse, who did you see naked or who saw you naked? 206-803-ROCK.
Hello, Jake. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola, gentlemen.
Hola.
Long-time listener, first-time caller. So my story, I had a vasectomy a couple months ago.
All right.
Now, if you've ever gone in for one, they have this whole process. They check you out and then have you come back after a month. So when I went in for my initial consult, there's this guy, which, totally comfortable. He knows what he's looking at. I know what I'm dealing with. And he tells me that everything's fine. Scheduling me for the vasectomy. Well, I go in for the vasectomy a month later to meet with the doctor for the pre-procedure exam, and she is a pretty hot Asian lady. She introduces herself, and the medical assistant, who is also a woman, she's shadowing today. And then, co-doctor comes in. She's also a woman, and she's got someone training under her. So I had 4 pretty good-looking women looking at my dingle-dangle, and I didn't know what to do.
The dingle-dangle. How long are you standing there with them looking at your dingle-dangle?
Well, I'm laying down on a table. I've already got a Valium in my system, and so probably 20 minutes that they're sitting there.
Yeah.
Looking, rubbing, touching, because they got
Journey song?
What, dude? I was on 3 or 4 Percocet, and I was just laughing because I was so goofy.
But what are they doing? Are they just waiting for you to get loopy? I mean, at some point, all right, we can let these drugs take effect, but why are you just staring at my penis the whole time? Like nothing's going to happen.
Loopy and numb. They're rubbing. They've got this lidocaine cream or whatever that they're rubbing on the outside.
All right.
And yeah, they're rubbing it all over, satchel and everything. It's a really awkward situation. But
they didn't give you any locals.
They did. They gave me a local.
I got a bunch of those.
Yeah,
too.
they gave me a local when they finally made the incision, but they had to wait for everything to get numb beforehand.
Well, I'm going to be honest with you, Jake. I've never done the surgery, Miles. I know you have, but I think I'd prefer a woman doing it than having a guy. That's just me.
Yeah, and that's what I ultimately told my wife is that I feel like she's more careful. Men know what it can do, You know how far it can stretch. You know which ways it can bend. I mean, I felt like a woman was going to be a more gentle touch.
Yeah, I mean, that's fair, man. That's like, I don't have a problem with female doctors. I had one doctor, we had to do the old bend over and check the prostate. And I always remember this because they always save it for the end. And I was like, get it out of the way at the beginning because we're both thinking about it. You don't want to do it. I don't want it to happen, but I get it. So I see her pull out the glove and I just went, uh-oh, kind of making the joke. And immediately she goes, is this because I'm a female? I said, well, no, it's because you're about to jam your finger in my rectum. That
has nothing to do with it. I'm actually happy that you're not like Big Hand Harry.
That's what I told her. I said, you have slender fingers, so this is better. But I'm like, I'm commenting on what's about to happen. It has nothing to do with your gender, dummy.
For better or for worse, who did you see naked or who saw you naked? 206-803-ROCK.
That's a good point. I don't want to be in this position either.
Yeah, but she immediately
the sex
I'm like,
of the
what?
You get a Greek doctor, you know, he's got the hand.
Hair on the knuckles.
Exactly.
Yeah, I was just like, you're missing the entire point.
Those are the fattest fingers I've ever seen.
You're about to find out because I used 3 of them. Hello, Tony. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola.
Hola.
All right, man. So I was in this jiu-jitsu competition, and the place that I was going for was second place, right? Because I already lost one, and so I was in a fight for second place. And the guy that I was going with was known to be a little aggressive, so I was already game planning for it, right? Had music on, just adrenaline was pumping. So we get on the mat, and lo and behold, the match starts getting really aggressive. I mean, like, he's putting elbow to the face. It's like getting into a fight almost in a way, right?
All right.
I'm in a position where I'm standing over him, and he's underneath me, and I'm trying to gain a better position, more like trying to pass his guard. He reaches from behind and starts yanking down on anything he can pull, and I'm so, like, in the zone where I don't feel it and don't, like, care. And for about 25 to 30 seconds, my bare butt was just showing in front of hundreds of people.
You had no idea?
Pulling your shorts down.
Yeah, he's pulling my gi pants down. And he's just yanking on them to try to keep me, like, held down in a way. But I'm standing over him trying to move. We're, like, facing the ref, so the ref wasn't paying attention himself. And you can see everyone, like in my video that was recording, everyone behind them is trying to get his attention, saying, his butt's showing. And, man, it was so embarrassing, dude.
Did you win?
No, I lost that match.
Okay.
No, I lost. He was very tough, dude. I was fighting my heart out.
You could have said you're fighting your butt off, but, you know, either way.
I was fighting my butt off.
Hey, man, I don't know if you remember last year. It's one of the Ravens games. Derrick Henry's flying down the field. Oh, yeah. And they tackle him basically by his waist, but, you know, this is live TV. When he hits the ground, his ass is just hanging out for everyone to see, and he immediately pulls him up. You kind of chuckle. We understand. A couple of weeks later, Lamar Jackson, he breaks. It looks like it's going to be a huge run. He is flying down the sideline. No one's anywhere close to him, and he runs out of bounds. And me and my son are like, what the F, dude? You had nothing but green space. So when I talked to him later, he's like, look, man, I'm running down the field. My pants got loose, and they're about to drop down. And he's like, I don't want to be Derrick. So he's like, he intentionally took himself out of bounds so that his ass and his penis weren't hanging out on
These guys don't
TV.
wear anything underneath there anymore.
Nope.
We used to have girdles. We used to have underwear. We used to have all these pads. We had all this stuff. They're
free-flowing, man.
Look at the video of Jacoby Jones running a touchdown into a Super Bowl. It's just his penis flapping for 97 yards.
Right.
It's going back.
But you had to wear a jockstrap with the cup.
Yeah.
And the Miles is right. And then you had the girdle on over top. So everything was really tight in there. But you're right. Nowadays, I mean, you could see the jockstrap, but like...
Yes.
Normally, that's like a guard or a tackle wearing that.
I get that.
Not the guys that need to run, you know, a 4-2 down the field. They want to be as light and as nimble as possible.
Yeah, I just don't know the girdle was slowing them down that much.
I don't think
Not
so.
those guys.
But they don't even have knee pads. And they don't. I mean, maybe little thigh pads, but that's about it.
I'd at least have a cup, man.
For better or worse, who did you see naked or who saw you naked? 206-803-ROCK.
You'd be surprised. The cup does slow you down.
Hey, man, I understand it slows me down.
Oh, it's so uncomfortable.
I understand a motorcycle helmet might put a little wind drag, but still.
I think it depends on what you're playing. If you play the line, I think it baffled my mind if people didn't wear them playing the line. But like Miles is right. Those the specialist guys, they can get away with it.
For now.
I mean, it's like, look, in baseball, especially Little League, all those little kids should be wearing them.
Yes.
But at the end of the day, the umpires really aren't going to check to make sure your catcher is.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Which makes sense.
Yep. And you know what happens? Honest to God, let's just say the catcher needs to go in and pitch.
Yeah.
So they bring you in from outfield or whatever. You take the cup out of his pants because you have one in the one in the bag,
Straight.
and you just stick it right down.
Stick it in yours.
You stick it right down in your pants.
It's already body temperature.
Like there's only one cup per team. Like no individual player really had one that I remember. It was just for the catcher. So the catcher always wore his cup. But if you ever went into
I played one year where this team you had to wear one because the coach would check you. And you never
hand
knew.
tap.
Hand tap, or he would just take a bat when he was walking down the line. He would just hold the bat in his hand and then would just check you. So, I mean, if you didn't wear one, you were going to know.
For better or worse, who did you see naked? Or who saw you naked? 206-803-ROCK.
Hello, Chris. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola.
Hola.
Hey, what's up, Ted?
How are you, sir? Oh,
What up,
Ted.
man?
Hey. All right, so my story is my girlfriend at the time, now my wife, we went out to Lake Chelan, and a bunch of her friends came, and first time meeting her friends. And so great night was had by all, drinking, imbibing, and all that sort of business. Well, there were two sliding glass doors, one in the master bedroom and one in the living room, right? So we all drink and, pass out and whatnot. And I went to bed, passed out, and I was naked, right? It was hot, and you know how it goes, right? So then, 3 o'clock in the morning, I hear this rapping on the slider glass window, and I was like, what is going on? So I just get up. I'm still drunk, and this poor guy got locked out, and I had to open the slider door, and he was like, whoa! And I was like, oh, sorry. Oh, man, I'm sorry. I just didn't realize where I was at and what I was doing. And to this day, whenever we see each other at a party or at our friend's place, he's just like, how's it hanging?
Yeah.
Hang it.
Well, I think guys are a little bit easier on each other as far as that's concerned. It's not a big deal.
It is what it is.
Yeah. For better or worse, who did you see naked or who saw you naked? 206-803-ROCK.
Hello, Terrell. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola, fellas.
Hola.
Okay, so many moons ago, I used to work at Forever 21 in the mall here in Silverdale, and my manager hated me because I was really good at my job.
Wait, your manager hated you because you were good at your job?
She was just a hater. I was the only black person that worked there, and I was like one of the only males that wasn't gay. So it was a weird tension.
It was a weird tension. It was a weird. I'm black and straight.
I got
Things
this
are weird.
straight brother working at Forever 21.
So this one day, this lady comes in. I had just turned 18, and she was 26. And this lady was absolutely beautiful, and she was full of herself to the utmost. And I am customer servicing this woman to the utmost because she's absolutely beautiful. So I had to work a certain zone, and I couldn't leave that zone, but she wanted to go to the back of the store and go to other places so I can figure out the outfits for her. Because she was letting me basically dress her up like a Barbie.
All right.
So she goes over, she tells my manager, she's like, look, I don't care where you got him working at. I want him to be my personal shopper today. He's going to go with me, and this is what's happening. I've never seen anybody talk to my manager like that. I'm like, I am going to get in trouble tomorrow. I'm like, tomorrow is going to be hell. Anyway, I'll deal with it. So I pick out a bunch of outfits, high heels, panties, bras, everything. So she goes in, and I'm like, I can't go in the fitting room area with you. I have to stay out here. So she comes out about 2 or 3 times, and she goes, you know what? Screw this. She goes over to my manager and goes, this is what's happening. I'm tired of walking in and out. I'm finna spend thousands of dollars. If you spend thousands of dollars in Forever 21, first of all, you're stupid.
You bought the store.
Right.
Hey, like, first of all, why? But anyway, my manager's like, all right, fine, do it. This woman got completely naked and tried on the panties, the bras, everything that I picked her out, the mini skirts, the jeans. It was one of the most amazing times I've ever had. It
was the greatest moment of my life.
I love Forever 21.
And I've seen my kids born.
Right.
I've been to weddings.
Like I said, I was only 18, so this was like everything to me.
Brother, I'm 56. If the same thing happened, we would have the same
It still would
story.
be the greatest moment of my life.
Greatest moment of my life.
And then when my kids were born, probably the second greatest moment of my life.
My kids are what now?
I got more. But I'll tell you guys about that later on.
All right.
Hey, right on, man. He lucked out.
10 catchiest songs of the last 50 years coming up. We'll sit and spin, and we got your emails on the way next from the men's room at KISW.com.
KISW. We return to the men's room with Miles and Thrill.
We have the 10 catchiest songs of the last 50 years coming up as we'll sit and spin, but first time for a few emails to the men's room at KISW.com.
You've got mail. You've got mail.
And a couple from our question, for better or for worse, who did you see naked or who saw you naked? Guys, this is from, this is a comment from the previously promo. Told the story many years ago about leaving a question mark in the toilet.
The toilet, yeah.
Of the hotel bathroom. Says, guys, my friend made a perfect Mariner's S. So good, he took a picture of it. He had forgotten about the pic. Then his wife, much later, had the film developed. Yes, this is quite a while ago. She got home and started looking at the pictures. Needless to say, that was a huge surprise. Now on to the question. Guys, about 7 years ago, I was 19. I think I'm home alone and I'm nude. I load up on a corn shucking instructional video on my laptop because that's a kink of mine.
All right.
And my mom walks in. I slam the laptop closed, and I quickly cover myself as she tells me she's going off to run some errands. Thankfully, we had a quick laugh about it over text, and we just kind of brushed it off. But man, talk about awkward. Probably on par of when I walked in on my parents doing it at 13 on a school night. They're from Torrey and Renton. During basic infantry training back in 2004, Fort Benning, Georgia, for the first week, drill instructors removed the shower curtains, and we'd have to line up naked, all 55 dudes sweaty and stinky, line up and take what they called an express shower. I can still smell that memory.
Wow.
Wow. Guys, my boarding pass wouldn't load at security. So the agent grabbed my phone and started flipping through the screenshots. He handed my phone back and apologized. I looked at my phone to see if he had come across some nude photos. I was not as embarrassed as his seeing them as I was my 14-year-old son that was standing there beside me.
Oh.
Let's see. I dared to streak fully nude, a full block in downtown Bellevue. No one but my friends who dared me saw it. As far as I know. Another. Senior year of high school, start dating a girl whose mom was the physician's assistant at my doctor's office. She'd done a couple of my sports physical exams in previous years. So the first time I go over to dinner with her family, I felt pretty awkward knowing that she had seen me naked multiple times. That would be weird.
Yeah. I feel like, again, it's weird for him, but the mom doesn't care.
She doesn't. No.
She's just so used to it.
Yeah, exactly.
I've seen your penis, so what? I've seen a million penises.
I saw before you did, kid.
Well, here's the deal, right? Even if you're dating a girl and she asks for a picture,
yeah,
you know everybody's going to see it.
Yeah, of course.
But I've told the story 1,000 times, but right, the one girl, she was a hairdresser, so I know she showed people. But like it's the middle of a Saturday afternoon, then she just goes, "Thanks. Why is it so shiny?" So I had to give him a little round up.
Yeah, shiny. Oh. Why is it so shiny?
Yeah, it's like one of them Oregon Ducks helmets.
It's like one of those movies. What's the movie? The Shining. It's about Ted Speed.
Oh, good and bad. You are correct. Our shop is at 95th and Aurora. I get there about 5:45 every morning. I've seen beautiful nakedness and nakedness that traumatized me for the day.
Oh, yeah.
Good times. Peace. Set from Raymond, the transplant from Klamath Falls. Couple more. Guys, one night I went to a strip club. After getting in and finding a seat 5 or 10 minutes later, I saw a gal I went to high school with, more specifically from my senior choir class. She comes up and takes the stage, starts pole dancing, takes everything off during her song set. Didn't really have a crush on her back then, but she was still cute and attractive back in school. Gonna call that one a win. Love the show and rock out. That from Cody.
That's kind of awesome.
That's right. Let's see what else we got. Okay, on to the birthdays brought to you by Men's Room Roasted Red Salsa from San Juan Salsa Company.
Dip responsibly.
Guys, Ola, I was hoping you could do a birthday shout-out for my bestest buddy in the whole wide world, Phil. He is an amazing person and deserves so much. I'm a terrible bestie and thought his birthday was tomorrow. It would mean the world to him. He digs y'all. Hope it's not too late. Thanks. That from Kay. And then, of course, Phil also texts in. Can I get Cocaine Ted telling me how to make it through my dirty 48? Cheers and cold beers, bitches. Cocaine Ted, let's see here. What did I do with that thing?
Well, I'll tell you what, Coke Ted was out and about this weekend. One thing he noticed, 48 years old, you're doing coke, you might need a little help. Go to one of those classic bathrooms where they got the little thing right there. You put in 2 quarters, up all night, strong like bull.
Gentlemen, today my pal Henry is having a birthday. He's been my buddy since preschool, and whether we've been rocking out to metal or racing each other in Mario Kart, I'm glad that we've kept the good times rolling for so long. And I'm so glad to still call him a friend. Could he please get a Drop the Beat, a cat giving birth, and the Dirty Germans talking about their favorite Nintendo characters? Thanks and love you, man. That from Al, fiance Sierra, and Captain the Cat.
Drop the beat.
Well, let's see. Cat giving birth. I think that is that an audio, Davey? No. Oh, here it is.
Are we sure that's a cat giving birth?
I think so.
Is that what that is?
That's what people call it.
If I ever hear my cat do that, I might move. Yeah, my favorite Nintendo character obviously is Princess Peach. Do you know why they call her Peach? That's when she lifts her skirt.
Yeah. My favorite is a different game, because when I unzip my pants, I go, you ready for this Donkey Kong?
It actually looks like a gorilla. Stubby arms and everything.
Oh, damn it. Yeah, is that backfired on me? I thought I had to right away.
No, some people are into that. Do you have a gorilla penis? I say yes.
Welcome to the Donkey Kong.
Yeah.
Guys, happy 35th birthday to my awesome wife, Katie, from your husband, Zach. Can the Dirty Germans tell her what I'm going to do to her tonight? You guys keep on rocking. Appreciate it.
Yeah, tonight he's going to provide you with entertainment like a stand-up comic. It starts with him unzipping his pants.
Yeah, it's like I saw once on set's famous show about the real world. Yeah, my bad. I had sex with Katie, too.
All right, guys, here you go.
Happy, happy, happy birthday. Happy, happy, happy birthday. Happy, happy, happy birthday to you, to you, to you.
Ja, the Dirty Germans brought to you by Men's Room Original Sausage. Available through Uli's World Famous Sausage, mensroomlive.com, and other fine retailers. Schweinefleisch.
Thank you all. A couple of extra emails here. What do we got? In and Out in Ridgefield, Washington. Ola Bacholas, listening to the podcast today on the Odyssey app, and you stallions were talking about Ridgefield. Well, take the trip for an In and Out burger. If the wait is long, head to the Lalani Casino. They have a Michael Jordan Steakhouse. Have you guys ever been to a Michael Jordan Steakhouse?
I haven't.
Huh. I didn't even know he had steakhouses.
Oh, yeah.
Does he really?
I only remember because at DeMatha, we went to Chicago to play in this tournament, and the bus stopped outside, and we were like, we're going to Michael Jordan Steakhouse. And then the crappy tour guide we had was like, so there it is. Still pissed. But that casino is beautiful.
Okay.
And I've walked by the steakhouse to make a bet.
I bought a Nissan Sentra, Michael Jordan Nissan.
Oh, really?
In Glen Burnie.
Okay. Were the headlights yellow?
Yeah. More importantly, there is a Rock and Brews there also, which is owned by Gene Simmons
from Kiss
and Paul Stanley. They used to have one of those across from the Hard Rock Hotel in Vegas.
In Vegas, yeah.
But I think it closed.
Yeah.
Like it was there for a minute.
Yeah.
Because it was over by the Bavarian House.
Right. Now
the Hofbrau House.
The Hofbrau House, yeah.
Don't both of those guys, probably Gene Simmons and Paul Stanley specifically, that they don't drink.
Correct.
Yeah.
So the idea of Rock and Brews, like, you don't drink.
Or rock.
Well,
We hear it's great.
in their defense, that's a cool looking room.
Yeah.
I haven't been in the room, but they also have a giant outdoor bar. So if you were going to walk in, go to the left, make your way down to make some bets, it's a good spot to get a beer.
You're guessing.
So you're telling me that the Rock and Brews and the Michael Jordan Steakhouse are in the same casino?
Yeah.
See, that might be a trip down there just for that. The place would be a great venue for the Men's Room show. You won't regret it, but let me know when you're there, please. Keep on rocking. P.S. Also great golf courses down the road from there. That from Kurt.
They got a nice circle bar in the middle, too.
I like circle bars.
Yeah, if
man.
you got a casino with a circle bar, I'm going to hang out.
Yeah. I don't know what it is, but I'm in.
And one more. What is this about? Should not have.
If you can't tell, if I go to Portland, I stop there on the way down.
You do? Just to
Every
eat?
time.
Or just to eat or just throw a couple bucks down?
Just to make some bets. It just, yeah.
Oh, because you can do sports betting.
Correct.
All right. That makes sense. Because I drive by and I'm like, that looks like a great hotel. You just have they do have an amphitheater down there. Like for concerts and stuff. So if
the amphitheater's been there for a while because I saw Willie there.
Yeah,
Willie
it's pretty big.
Well, going back to today's question, I saw Willie there.
Should not have eaten. All of which when I was a teen, I was a latchkey kid, and my mom was terrible about having anything to eat in the house. One day I came home from school and I was desperate. So eventually I did find one of those old cereal sample boxes they used to give out at grocery stores. I think it was Cinnamon Toast Crunch, which will really mess with Thrill in this one.
Oh, good.
I poured it in the bowl, dropped the milk in, started eating until I looked at the cereal and saw a big spider crawling around in several little web nests with little black dots floating around in the milk. There must have been a hole in the bag, and Mama decided to make a family in there. Suffice to say, I ran to the sink and spit it out. Some of what I spat out was black goo, so I'm pretty sure I chewed on some spiders.
God.
Still gagging a bit thinking about it. Happy 20, guys. That from Terry. All right, coming up here at 5:08, we'll drink and toast with a shot of the day, but first...
Yes, friends.
WSW. The men's room returns with Miles and Thrill.
All right, to cut over to 5:08, we'll drink and toast with the shot of the day. And we do have your headlines on the way at 5:50. But first, quick check with Mike Hawk and some of the stories and headlines he is not working on.
Well, thank you, Miles. AI is being trained to make users happy, even if that means lying to them.
Yeah.
It's actually saying that it lies to people because it thinks that you want it to.
Yes.
So.
South Park did it last week.
Oh, did they?
Oh, yeah. That's a great idea, Randy.
Right.
Yes, absolutely.
Did these jeans make me look fat? No.
No.
You look wonderful in those jeans.
Exactly. So
You should feel confident about yourself.
get ready. That's going to be fun. Everybody trust AI. Thanks to conservation efforts, Mexico's jaguar population is actually up 30%.
I mean, if you want to get a good big old jaguar roaming around.
I know, that was exactly what I thought too, Miles.
And dude, those like the Yucatan, that stuff is thick. So like even if you're walking through a trail, it's on you. You've got a foot.
Right.
You've got a small path. That everything grows so fast. It's so wet there.
Right.
But is it any different than that mountain lions here?
Well, I think
you know
have,
where they're at.
Jaguar's huge.
Yeah, but
I think it's different with like the wolf.
You can see them. I mean, you have a better chance of seeing them here. I'm telling you, it is thick there. I mean, it is the forest.
The mountain lion's always been here.
Yeah.
But like the wolf, right, basically almost went extinct.
Right.
And now they've brought him back very specific and carefully. It's like, they need to stay in these parks.
Okay.
Right. And
I don't know. I mean, right, I don't know. It's good, but like deer, I mean, look at the country. It's unreal. Same with turkeys.
Yeah, exactly. Right.
Right?
Yeah.
And then I know in Cape Cod, like some people are happy you got the seals back, some are not because it brought the great white.
Yeah.
Right.
Depends on your business.
Right. And if you're in the shellfish business, you do not like those seals.
Of course not.
Little scavengers.
There's a new article on the damage caused by hikers defecating in the woods.
I read that article. Got it. There's like the way it said people aren't being responsible about it.
Right.
So just contaminating the water more than anything else.
Right.
Poop behind a tree, they're fine. Like, hey, maybe don't poop in the river.
Also, you can dig a foot down. Somebody's going to come up and dig it.
Exactly.
Dig it up in a minute.
Right.
So just know that. Even if you bury it, somebody's going to come in there and eat that poop.
Yeah, that's right.
Just like a dog goes in for the cat turds.
That's right.
It's the same thing.
It's looking for it. So
I'm assuming these are like serious, like 3-4 day hikes or something.
No, it's also just general hikes where people are dropping it right there into the river because for whatever reason we need running water, and putting that in the waterways is just not the right answer.
I mean, I've gone for some hikes on a Saturday morning where it was like, hey, we got to stop at this ranger station one more time.
Exactly.
I can't embark on this hike and make it.
Right.
Well, and there was a handful of deals, best practices when you need to go, and that was one of them. Is like, if there's a ranger station, stop there first.
Yeah.
Make sure that you take care of this before you go out on your hike.
Correct.
Carry a plastic bag with you for in case you can't. All right, gents, put on your thinking caps. It's time for the Merriam-Webster word of the day. It is a C word, careful, which is to complain in an annoying way. A C word meaning to complain in an annoying way.
And it's not complain.
It is not complain. It means to complain in an annoying way. It's also a fish.
A fish.
It's also a fish.
Caterwaul or
the word's carp.
Carp.
Oh. That's what carp means?
Carp, yeah.
Huh. I didn't know that.
He carped.
I didn't know that.
Okay.
Never heard that one.
You got us on that one, dude.
Yeah.
I couldn't come up with anything.
Straight up crickets. I love it. Finland's Air Force will start phasing out flags with an emblem that they adopted back in 1918.
Yeah, the swastika.
They still have it on their planes?
Oh, yeah.
On their flags, yeah. Yeah, the Air Force, they still got it, and it's right there dead center. It's just a blue flag.
Yeah, it's blue instead of red.
Yeah.
But
you look at it, you're like, oh, how we
Who
doing,
was that,
Finland?
the Finn?
Finland, yeah. Finland's Air Force. Go ahead and look those up.
Yeah, I'm going to look that up.
don't
right
forget about us.
It looks like it's straight out of the Second World War. Like, we're still good with them.
Yeah.
They're our buddies over here. And I don't know how that's still there, to be honest with you. Globally speaking, we've all kind of agreed, like, this is not a thing
it's
that we
not
want.
a good look, yeah.
So
but, I mean, they do it in an official capacity.
because it's meant to be a peace sign. Like, it was an old school peace sign, if I'm not mistaken. The Egyptians had it, or somebody
it was an
did.
old rune. I believe it was Norse. It was a rune, and it was like either like good luck or power or something like that. Nazis flipped it around and kind of ruined it for everyone.
Yeah, kind of took the taste out of everybody's mouth for it.
Yeah. And Finland's army is pretty white.
I know. It just
like I'm looking at it right now. Like, hey, boys, we got to change that.
Still holding out hope.
Yeah.
Hey, but man, it's 1918. I'm like, it's not coming back.
I was about to say, is this the equivalent of the South will rise again?
can't offend dream.
We're living it.
There's a new hypothesis that a dying star several million years ago may have caused a climate shift on our planet, leading to the evolution of the human race.
Possibly.
So basically, just the cosmic effects of that shifted, they created weather patterns in here that made a decent enough climate that we adjusted to it, and that's how we got here.
Very possible. I mean, that's...
Yeah.
I mean, just the ancient history of the planet, a lot of things had to happen for us to be here.
It's just wild to think that a star could, other than our own, a star could explode, and that has implications on our planet.
Well, think about it like this. Like any gold that you find on this planet, it's a limited resource because it's a result of a star that exploded billions of years before our solar system even got here.
No kidding.
Yeah, I mean, gold is made once, right? Star explodes, blows it out into the universe. So if it's on your planet does not create it, our sun does not create it. It's got to blow up before it creates gold.
Gotcha.
Because gold's too heavy. So once the core of a star, if it starts producing iron, that's it, right?
Okay.
Which is lighter than gold in a sense.
Right.
So with that, when this thing blows up and all these atoms congeal, so that's the thing. And I don't know if they knew that so much back in the olden days, but there's a reason why gold has a certain value.
No kidding.
So think about it. The planet you're on, if you find gold, it's not from anything that exists now. Yeah.
Well, all right then. There's a new 7-day acne patch that has shown 100% clearance of treated pimples in a clinical trial.
Huh.
Very good.
Slap that thing on your arm, right?
13,
pretty
15.
much.
Yeah, as I say, unfortunately, you got people struggling right now going back to school.
Oh, dude. Yeah, my son, he popped his it last night and then did the cold face plunge.
Oh, there you go.
Oh, dude, it was a pimple. It's not even like you have acne.
Right.
Like you had a pimple.
There's pressures, man. You gotta
I know.
have that
Wait till
clean.
they show up in strange places.
Dad is out to put the
That's
pants
one
up,
thing.
yes.
Yeah, you don't get them as much as an adult.
Right.
But you get them on your body in weird spots.
You do.
Oh, yeah.
Like I scratched my back there, and they're like, oh, God, that hurt.
No.
What is that mountain?
It's never on your face
Yeah.
anymore.
No. And you learn about it in the weirdest way. All of a sudden, you pull your pants up, and it's like, on my hip.
Plus, you have grandfather pores. Pores that just keep filling up.
Yeah.
They're like in certain spots, and no matter what you do, it doesn't matter how many times you pop it, you know it's going to come back.
In that exact spot.
It's like the thing you got on the back of your neck. I got one. I got the one in the middle of my back. It comes up. It just clogs on its own.
Hello.
Like once a year.
back.
Once a year. I'm just like, Jesus, dude.
A new study shows 54% of Americans care about the mark that they will leave on the world. It's not, talking about legacies and whatnot. It makes sense.
I mean,
people care.
Very optimistic if you think it's on the world, but
yeah.
you know.
I feel like most people just think about
Your
it
family, right.
friends,
The world.
associates with the world. I'm like, damn.
I'm not swinging that hard, man.
But you know what? The biggest thing about a legacy is making sure that you go out on a high note, making sure that you leave that one last and final sentence, those final words, if you will.
My bees itch. I'm not gay.
Famous last words. The top 10 movie goodbyes. Well, here's some famous last words that always bring a tear to my salty little eye. Like the last scene in the sitcom Cheers from the late 80s. Bartender Sam Malone hears a knock at the door of the bar and looks up at the window and says, "Sorry, we're closed." That one hits just a little too close sometimes, doesn't it? Then there's this little one. Philosopher Jean-Paul Sartre turned to his partner and said, "I love you very much, my beaver," which was apparently her nickname. I bet I know why. So, there you go. That's it. That's all. I'll see myself out.
Jesus.
And he did.
Yes, it did.
And he did.
And he did.
And he did. Anywho, famous last words. All right, top 10 movie goodbyes here, guys. I'm going to tell you the character. You tell me what you believe their last words to be, okay? Number 10 on the list was Obi-Wan Kenobi of Star Wars fame.
Before he got killed by Vader.
Correct.
Peace, bitch. I'm trying to think of the line. I've seen the movie 8,000
Yes, you
times.
have. Ted, I know you know it's okay, but don't answer.
He lets
All
him
right.
do it.
He lets him do
Yeah.
it, right?
He lets him do it.
And there's
I didn't know
one
he.
final
If you
line that he
strike
got.
me down, I shall be become
Greater
more
than-
powerful than
You're right there, Steve.
beady little black helmeted asking.
You cannot win,
Then
Doc.
Jar Jar Binks.
If you strike me down, I shall become more powerful than you can possibly imagine.
And Vader said, "Cool."
You're right. Bet.
That it?
On it.
All right, you got it.
The movie's Braveheart. William Wallace. Who knows his last name?
Freedom!
That's right. Freedom. If you want a prime
Because he went
example of
commando.
sticking to your guns, this is it. Even though disembowelment in public, he manages to continue his cause. Good on you, William.
My last words would have been, "Ow!
It
I've been
hurts.
shot."
Damn it.
I wonder how many people have said that. That's the last word. I've been shot.
What are the last words that James Brown heard?
No. Oh, no.
Merry Christmas. I can't confirm that. I just believe that to be true.
He's got the James Brown murdered in the hospital theory going on there.
Christmas Day, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Merry
Christmas Day, he died in the hospital.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my God.
Not very mysteriously.
Oh no.
Yeah.
What a mystery.
Yeah.
Went to the hot tub in the sky.
Top 10 movie goodbyes, the last words. Saving Private Ryan. Ted, I know you're a big fan. John Miller, what was his last name? Or his last words?
Oh, man, I didn't watch that yesterday.
Happy Ted?
I'm dead.
Says the film is truly the embodiment of taking one for the team, and John isn't about to let Private Ryan forget that. We also love this one because it talks of making sure that you have a life worth living with no regrets. His final words: "Earn this, James. Earn this."
All right.
Yeah.
James.
Tom Hanks.
James.
Was a teacher. I remember that. I got some dark last words from the movie I watched. I'll get into it later.
If you're a fan of Lord of the Rings, the first movie that came out, Boromir, was Sean Bean's character. Does anybody know his last words?
Bitch, stab me.
He got shot by a few arrows.
F that ring.
F
That ring was not for your hand.
Damn it. I would have.
You don't want to know where that ring's been?
No, it's not for your hand.
It's something like, "You've always been my king."
You're
or some
very
crap like
close.
that.
I would have followed you, my brother, my captain, my king. It was a good line. It was very, very heartfelt. It, gets you misty-eyed when you think about it.
Well, that and he was shot by arrows.
And he was shot multiple times trying to save the little bitty hobbits. King of New York. Did anybody see that movie? King of New York.
Years
Great movie.
Frank White's final words.
Oh, underrated Christopher Walken movie, The Real Frank White.
I got a fever.
I'm really from New Jersey.
Any
I mean, I
clue?
guess
Last
he's
word.
given over the empire to somebody. You're in charge now.
I don't need forever. Those was his last words. I don't need forever.
I need cowbell.
Famous last words, the top 10 movie goodbyes from 2001: A Space Odyssey. What was Hal's final words?
I can't do that, Dave.
Not a bad call.
One day you'll call me ChatGTP.
Hal sang a song as the final words. Daisy, Daisy, give me your answer due. I'm half crazy, all for the love of you. It won't be a stylish marriage. I can't afford a carriage, but you'll look sweet upon the seat of a bicycle built for two.
That's not creepy. His last words. Boo.
Yeah, he's going to talk like that. I'm turning him off.
Famous last words, the top 10 movie goodbyes from the movie Titanic. No, it wasn't Rose or
There's room
Leo
for me.
DiCaprio. Move over, bitch.
I'm cold.
Move, bitch. Get out the way.
Quit playing that crappy song.
That's actually where we go there, Miles. So there was one of the violin player of the orchestra. What was his final words? His name was Wallace Hartley.
Any requests?
I guess she was sinkable.
Oh, no. Gentlemen, it has been a privilege playing with you tonight.
Yeah.
My ass, that is not what he said.
I mean,
right.
he knows he's dying. You might as well go out with something
Does.
cool.
Oh, the
He's
band played
dying
all the way down. My
Because they're
ass.
not leaving.
Yeah.
Right.
Like, brother, you said, hit it. Like, why don't we go for a lifeboat? Nope, let's play a song.
Monty Python and the Holy Grail. Sir Bors. Does anybody remember his final words?
I thought this cup would be bigger.
He was one of the ones that died to the rabbit. You guys remember that scene?
I do.
The little fuzzy bunny that came up there and just launched itself. Right, silly little blader. One rabbit stew coming up. And rabbit stew was not had in that moment. Famous last words, the top 10 movie goodbyes. From Romeo and Juliet, Mercutio. Anybody remember Mercutio's final words?
This tastes funny.
I hope you're both faking it.
I only fake it in the bedroom.
Fake it in the bedroom, no. A plague on both your houses.
That's a nice way to go.
He didn't die all that well, and he was kind of pissed.
He's obviously not happy.
He was a little upset about the whole thing there. And then I'll leave you with this last and final famous last words, the top 10 movie goodbyes. From Star Trek II, The Wrath of Khan. Anybody know Spock's final words?
Live long and prosper.
Technically, those were the last 4 words, but there's a little bit more to the line there. I have been and always shall be your friend. Live long and prosper.
Because I'm not going to do either of those.
And I'm not doing good.
That's so much cooler than Star Wars.
What?
Now.
Live long and prosper?
Yeah.
Obi-Wan had a good line, man.
Right? He says, I'm going to be more powerful than you could possibly imagine.
That's scary.
Right.
Spock
Kill me,
was-
bro. I'm coming back.
Spock was like, hey, man, live long and prosper.
You do you, brother.
I did my job.
Good luck out there.
This radiation hurts.
My ears are not a joke.
He just pulls them off.
You bitches are not smoking. Prosthetics the whole time.
A woman's best friend of over 20 years ended their relationship after a recent trip, Miles.
What was the problem with the trip?
Tell you all about it at 5:50.
Thank you, sir. Headlines are coming up at 5:50. In the meantime, have we made it to drinking time?
Somebody out there deserves to be recognized. And the men's room knows just who it is. So to you, we say, bottoms up, sailor. You're the toast of our shot of the day.
Drink time it is, and as usual, we head to the drink desk and Steve Thrill Hill to find out who we're toasting.
Yes, indeed. And today we toast U.S. Attorney for the District of Columbia. That would be one Janine Pirro. I think I said her last name right.
Okay.
Pirro, whatever. Yeah, I know. I never know. Anyway, as such, she holds a powerful position with a large staff and significant responsibilities for any federal criminal investigations and prosecutions within the city. Now, it also means that she has a lot of interns. So posting on X, she explained that she has organized a tour for all of her interns to visit the Supreme Court, which makes a lot of sense based on what the job is. And then she even posted a photo of the interns in front of the Supreme Court building. So people pointed out it wasn't the Supreme Court building. Yeah, it's the U.S. Capitol building. Just saying. Before you post the picture, maybe do a double check. I can't believe none of the interns said, like, hey, man, I'm pretty sure it's the Capitol building. I don't think it's the Supreme Court building. Click photo op. Wow. Yeah.
Hey, they look completely different.
They do. I mean,
somebody that grew up there, I mean, the buildings couldn't look any more different.
I know. So we pour this booze and we drink this booze because we think it's yummy.
Yummy!
So over the tongue and down the throat to party in our tummies. Down the hola bichola.
All right, let's get a contestant on the line for Profile This, 206-803-ROCK. Profile This is next.
.9 KISW. Text the men's room at 206-803-ROCK. TV Time with Ted brought to you by Xfinity. Give them a call, 1-800-XFINITY.
The men's room presents Profile This.
And Stephen Throwhook to please everyone how Profile This is played.
It sure can, Miles. It's a simple game where we share with you a real-life news story, something that happened right here on planet Earth. Earth. And as you listen to the story, based on the stereotypes you believe to be true of people and the decisions that people make, we'll ask you what it is you think makes the story a story. Hello, Luke. Welcome to the men's room.
Hey-yo.
Hola. All right, Luke, you understand how this here game is played?
Yeah.
All right, fantastic. You have a choice of one of three stories. Today, we offer you the wonderful world of drugs. We have Animalize This, where you guess the animal responsible for causing the problem. And finally, today, we offer you License to Spill, where you guess the substance responsible for creating the mess.
Oh, I'm definitely going to have to go with my favorite, Animalize This.
That's a slightly different take on Animalize This, but it's a story worth sharing. I would say don't get on actress Dakota Fanning's S list, because to her, you are quite literally on her S list. Case in point, an unidentified guy broke a friend of hers' heart. Now, we don't know the circumstances, but her friend was emotionally distressed, so Dakota took it upon herself to let the guy know her feelings about the situation. Did she text him or post some whiny rant on social media? Oh, no. Dakota sent a gallon of animal poop to the guy. And in case you're wondering, she did not shovel the crap herself. She used poopsenders.com. That's a website that allows you to send, poop to someone for whatever reason you feel it necessary to send someone animal crap. Anyway, she admitted this to Vanity Fair magazine, and the question is, what kind of poop did she send to this guy for breaking her friend's heart? Did she send this guy a gallon of gorilla poop? Did she send him a gallon of cow poop? Did she send him a gallon of elephant poop? Or did she send him a gallon of dog poop? So gorilla, cow, elephant, or dog. She sent a gallon of what kind of S to this guy?
Okay, you said this took place where again?
I'm not sure. I'm assuming probably Hollywood, but this guy broke her friend's heart. And so she went to poopsenders.com, a real website, and decided to send this guy a gallon of poop.
I want to feel bad for these people, but it sounds hilarious on paper. But, okay, let's see. Considering that it was involving a breakup, I'm going to... What do you guys think?
Elephant poop's too valuable. So I'm going to go either dog or cow. I'm going to take a cow there, Luke.
Okay.
See, I think the opposite. I think there's enough zoos with elephants. They got to get rid of it. I'm going with elephant.
You're going
dung.
with elephant.
Dung. Dung?
Dung.
Dung, dung, dung.
Dung, 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 dung.
Okay. Well, considering I've seen a little too much dog poop where I am, so I'm going to go with cow patties.
Cow. You're joining me. Okay. All right. What kind of poop was sent there? Was it gorilla, cow, elephant, or dog? We'll find out next.
That was a tease.
You are listening to the men's
century rolls on. You're listening to The Men's Room with Miles and Thrill. 99.9 KISW.
Category has analyzed this on Profile This, sort of. Dakota Fanning, the actress. She was friends with somebody and their boyfriend did them wrong.
According to her, yes.
So, what did she do? She sent him some poop. Question is, what animal's dung was sent to this guy's front door? Was it gorilla, cow, elephant, or dog?
And Luke, that is the very question we posed to you. Let us start with Beat That Smith.
Not elephant stuff, huh?
Now, there's plenty of elephant poop out there, but like Miles said, it's currency.
All right. Didn't know that.
And Luke, you agree with Miles. Both of you went with the old cow patty, as it were.
Nope.
Oh, I'm afraid it was not a cow patty.
nuts.
Look, man, in my limited exposure to different animals' poop, she went with the one that I identify as the smelliest, which is gorilla poop.
Oh, is it?
Oh, she sent them a gallon of gorilla poop.
Wow.
Again,
I didn't know that.
poopsenders.com. Man, I'm telling you, every time I go to the zoo, you get excited to see the primates, and I always forget until I turn the corner, and I'm like, God, man. I don't
Is that
know.
because they're plant eaters, you think?
I'm guessing, man. You ever dated a vegetarian?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Like when they lay it down, it is thick.
Now, for all TV news all the time, it's time for TV Time with Ted.
And now, because your pathetic life is confined to countless hours in front of a talking box, the Men's Room presents TV Time with Ted.
Just get it out of the way. If you've been keeping score, sometimes I pick odd movies to watch on holiday weekends. Yesterday, I wasn't going to do it, and then it was about, a third of the way in. Settled into a little Full Metal Jacket.
Jeez, man.
Wow. Well, and last week I had answered a correct answer about what they sang at the end of the movie.
Yeah, Mickey Mouse Club.
Yeah. Kind of forgot what happens right before they sing.
I was like, leading up to, like, if you don't know the movie, it sounds like, oh, that's a pick-me-up. It's not.
Yeah.
That movie is about as far from a pick-me-up as a movie could be.
I took a nap afterwards.
Although Mississippi Black Snake still makes me chuckle.
That, I forgot that scene.
That one line is funny, and then the rest of the movie's awful.
Yeah. Put that out there. Obviously, watch some football. I'll talk about that a little bit. This is the time of year. Usually we hear a little more about SNL, but I think last week we started with a couple cast members leaving. Again, Lauren Michaels said there'd be a massive shakeup. Right, so we saw Devin Walker, Michael Longfellow. They're confirmed. They're leaving. Heidi Gardner also departing the show. Neither Gardner nor NBC has publicly confirmed this. But now they started adding some people that are going to be on there. So Ben Marshall, you might not recognize his name. He's been a writer since 2021.
On SNL, I'm assuming.
Correct.
All right.
He's also part of the comedy trio Please Don't Destroy.
All right.
So basically, he'll just be a featured player now, not just a writer that shows up in those digital skits they do.
Okay, he's the redhead guy. I'm Googling this as we go through. All right.
All right. Tommy Brennan, he's a comedian. He's been on The Tonight Show and stuff. I was going to say, so he'll join the show. This guy named Jeremy Calhoun that was on Dropout TV. He's known for his viral videos and performs with the Upright Citizens Brigade in L.A. Cam Patterson is probably the most famous name I know on there. If you ever watch Kill Tony, he's gotten pretty famous off that. And he is a funny comedian. You know what I mean? Like, I think a lot of people, you see those guys on there and you kind of know him just for doing that. But, like, I've seen some of his stand-up, too. He's pretty good. They're adding people. There'll be a bunch of different stuff in there. What was I say? Veronica Shlozowski. She was in Tires. A couple different things. So they're gonna have a big shakeup. We're still waiting to see who else is gonna be on there, or who's leaving, or whatever. But I want to say SNL starts like end of September, early October.
Yeah.
So some of those names should be rolling out. I think the big one people are waiting on is Kenan Thompson.
But I feel like it's just up to him.
That's what I do agree with you on that. I do think that'll probably be his call.
He's longest ever.
Yeah.
Correct.
I think losing Heidi Gardner sucks. I think she's underrated, but consistently funny.
She's always
she's
good in her skit. She's also good when she has to do stuff just on the weekend update desk or whatever.
Oh, yeah. Her characters, she's great.
Yeah, she is good. But, Lauren Michaels, to his credit or whatever, I mean, they do this a lot.
Yes, they do.
I think he will be the first to admit, too. Like, some of them, it's like, oof, that was a miss. We probably should have kept that person.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It doesn't always end well. But also, I will say this, like, he has gotten old. And it's like, somebody else has to take the reins of that. Just because I could tell you at 44, there's sometimes things like, I got to Google. Some 23-year-old says something to me. I don't get the joke all the time. And then when you gotta go, all right, then you get to decide if you think it's funny or not.
Sure.
Right? Even with those guys, the please don't disturb stuff, some of that stuff, I'm kind of like, let me watch it again.
Right.
See how much I like it. So everybody's been talking a lot about Happy Gilmore. We had Happy Gilmore 2 come out. Do you remember his caddy, the first caddy, the Waterbury Open?
Yeah.
Right, so that kid was 14-year-old. He had the curly blonde hair, and he got to be the first caddy in Happy Gilmore. Jason von Snellenberg. Snellenberg, nice. I think he was the original coach in Miami. Basically, if you're wondering what he's been up to, he's a neuroscientist at Stony Brook University's Renaissance School of Medicine on Long Island.
Wow. Well, good for him.
Yeah, that's one of those things. Like sometimes you hear about people giving up acting, like wondering what they're doing. Like he obviously had a plan. The funny thing is, he says he still doesn't golf. Never got into golf. Nobody ever brought me to a golf course as a kid or a young adult. It's just not part of my life. He said he still missed acting a little bit, and I like this. He said especially with Snyder. He said he's pretty much similar to the on-screen characters of the era. The set was a riot.
Okay, I can believe that.
Yeah, that's what you kind of figure from the Sandman.
Yeah, for sure.
Also, golf is good because it's one of those sports you can do at any age. But it is tough when you don't grow up with something. You either got to dive headfirst in or whatever. Like, I don't blame him, right? Like, I mean, I had to be like 13, and my brother was like, come on, we're going to go to a golf course and play 9, or we're going to go to a driving range. So, like, right, if nobody ever takes you as a kid, it's kind of tough to get into it as an adult.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like skiing.
Correct. I mean, look, right, like I did it with soccer, right? I started watching soccer, but I still didn't fully understand it. Then I played indoor because that's easier for me with hand-eye coordination.
Yeah.
But that's why I joined Pub League finally. Is like, I need to know how to, like, take a touch and understand, you know what I mean? Like,
what they're doing and what the strategy is.
Because if you don't know stuff or how it's affected, and you watch guys take a PK and just send it, airmail it, you're like, what in the hell is going on out there? So, yeah, that makes a ton of sense there. Last week at the U.S. Open, which is a golf tournament or a tennis tournament, there's two.
It's both.
It is both.
Both.
When you say it that authoritative, you should know what's going on.
It's an open. Anyone can play. It's one of the coolest things in sports.
The golf version.
I think the tennis version too. I think they have qualifiers.
Right, you got
that's
to
why
qualify.
that's why like the 220th player in the world can sometimes get in there.
But I think all the tennis tournaments are technically open.
Oh, really?
Well, there's like the
Maybe
Wimbledon Championships, but then you have like the French Open, the Australian. So I'm not positive if it works the same as like golf. You're right though. Soccer's the same thing.
You can have a club team.
You got to be good enough for us to see you on TV, but I could sign up for it.
Yeah, you could. Well, there was.
You could do that. Yes.
I will say this. I don't know if you've. I've watched a little bit of the tennis tournament this year. The ball boys and ball girls, man. They're sponsored by Polo.
Okay.
But the shirts are fire. And I was like, I wonder if you can buy those. But they're probably like, $150.
I was going to say, you can.
Right. So last week there was a guy, I showed everybody in the office. There's a tennis player signing autographs. And then he goes to give his hat to a kid. And this adult just snags it, hands it back to his wife. She puts it in her bag. So this guy basically was villain number one, right? Now he's the CEO of, by the way, it's never awesome CEOs. It's not been a good year.
No.
Right? Like what are you guys doing? You
can't. What we've always done. You just get us on camera now.
Right.
I'll take the money.
Yeah.
So he's the CEO of a Polish paving company. His name is Peter Skyzik. Anyhow, like they say, sounds like a Bond villain. So he took it off. Now, he's been called, as they say, every name in the book. He says it's, quote, a serious mistake. I would like to unequivocally apologize to the boy who was harmed, his family, all the fans, and the player myself. He says, in the emotions, the crowd joy after the victory, I was convinced the player was handing the cap in my direction for my sons who had asked earlier for autographs.
See, I just don't believe that because the player handed it to the kid.
Right, and again, he uses the BS lines. It's a painful but necessary lesson in humanity for me.
Whatever, man. You took it out of the kid's hand.
You know this. If you go to a baseball game, you've seen the guys.
My
They show
sincerest apologies to the child who was harmed because I got caught.
Right. That's what they should say.
Right. Well, there's that famous guy that gets foul balls, but he's got a lot of heat because people are like, dude, come on, you're pushing kids out of the way. Anyhow, for the record, the tennis player, He's up there. He's after a match. He didn't even notice it, right? He just has his head down, keeps signing. He said, "Look, I believe the guy, but they arranged for him to meet the kid. He gave him a bunch of swag. So in the end, this one worked out for everybody.
Sure, yeah.
Now you can only hope the CEO was actually taking the hat for his son." But who knows?
I believe he was taking it for his son. It's just we watched the video. You took it out of a child's hand. It's what if it's not from the tennis player, it's a little more plausible. But like he handed it to the kid.
You're also a
and then you took it from
millionaire in the
kid.
front row.
Yeah,
I think he did take it from the tennis player. He was reaching out to give it to the kid, and as he's looking away, I think the guy.
Yeah, he did.
grabbed
And he
that.
threw it in that bag quick.
He did.
So no one could see it.
Right.
That's more of it, right? He was very quick to put it away. Right, so it's kind of. I'm with Miles. Kind of says you kind of knew he was handing it to the kid, and you snagged it.
Right.
So and look, I get it. In those environments, people could get real worked up or whatever.
Yeah.
But like, I don't know. And like we talk about all the time, you catch a foul ball. Like, all right, you don't have to give it to the kid. You caught it straight up. That's one thing. But if you're like pushing a kid out of the way and snag it, or if it's one of those one that's under the stairs and the kid's hand is right there as yours is, like that might be one you go, all right.
I think you turn around and look, and you see if there's any kids that saw you.
Yeah.
And if they're close, you hand them the ball. If no kids are around, you keep the ball.
See, that's where I disagree. I'm not going to do that every time. Like me and Mike are sitting there. I catch one, I barehand it. If there's a
Especially
kid,
if it's a clean catch, man.
yeah, like I'm keeping.
But that's when you're Captain Cool. Just here
you go.
you go, Junior.
Whatever
When do we need to be
ricochets,
Captain Cool?
whatever ricochets off of a kid's face.
Yeah.
All right. Pops back up in there, but you still barehand catch it.
Yeah.
Do you give it to the kid?
If
For
I'm a
sure.
section over, yeah.
How's your head, Junior?
If it ricochets off anybody's face, I'm giving you the ball.
Yeah, you've
I
earned
mean,
that
that
one.
just sucks. I will say, too, like, I remember the first time I went to Camden Yards, right? The Orioles, they had just opened the stadium. It's in September or something, because it's been impossible to get tickets. And we're right there on the left field line, like a section behind third base, like prime foul ball area.
Yeah.
One came screaming by, and I'll never forget me, my brother, me, his buddy. We had our hands out, we pulled him back, and the sound of that thing cruising by, and I was like, oh, yeah.
Yeah.
This is much tougher than it looks on TV when you see some dude drop it.
When
Like,
a pro hits it.
yeah, that dude, that
Down the
ball
line.
was humming.
Yeah, if you're down the line on out of bounds, you can't hit it any faster.
I'd like to give a shout out to the Seattle Sounders FC.
Ah, well done.
Not only that, that's just fun having a cup final on a Sunday evening. I was fired up to watch it.
Sure, man.
And they just do the job. And then they're the first North American team to basically win every trophy they possibly can.
Yep.
So,
Did Messi play on the turf?
Yeah.
he did.
He
Messi
did.
did play.
Okay.
Yeah. And credit. So Luis Suarez, who plays for Inter Miami, has a habit of being a poor sportsman, like biting people in the Premier League or in the World Cup. So after that match ends, and look, you got beat 3-0. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
It wasn't close.
You
It
got
wasn't a
beat.
bad call.
Correct. So something happens. One of our players gets taken down, and then somebody from the Sounders staff is just trying to calm it down, and he steps on the guy's foot and spit at him.
Yeah.
So then a whole other thing happened. It's just God, Suarez, it's just you can't spit on people. So that, I just thought it was poor. And then it's kind of like last year with Michigan and Ohio State. I just am from the culture of, look, you had 90 minutes to figure this out.
Yeah.
You didn't do it. Do not fight now. It drives me up a wall. The only fight I ever almost got in was with my own teammate once as he was talking trash as the other team's kneeling down. I was just like, shut the F up.
Right.
They beat us.
Yeah.
Can't get a fight now. So that was really bad. But credit to Messi. Leo Messi, who is arguably the greatest player in the world, he did what you're supposed to do. You got to get your second place medal. And then he sat there. He was the only person from that team that sat there the entire time, watched the Sounders get their trophy, and then he walked off the pitch. Well, I'm just like, man, I don't know.
So he knows respect.
Correct. I thought that was really awesome. But again, hey, good for the Sounders, good for the fans that went. It looked awesome on TV, and just, Schmetz just does this. I thought the club was there's a part in the summer. It's always late June, July, where it's he's lost the club, this and that, and he rallies those boys back in form. So just awesome to watch that. I was pumped to watch college football. Huskies got the job done. Cougs. Man, that was a little scary for you guys.
Hey, they won.
How'd the guy from Pitt do? Quarterback.
I was watching just the score on that one. So I was watching the Husky game. But the Huskies ended up, going away. But pretty much everybody won where they should have, except old Kalen DeBoer. I mean, he had the Huskies cooking. He was on his way to getting a statue and then bolted for Alabama. I mean, you talk about a hot seat. That guy's down in Hades right now. I mean, that seat is warm. And then, just special shout out to Coach Lee Corso. His last 6 picks, he went 6-0.
Did he really?
Oh, yeah. And, look, I had to get up and watch it. He put on that headgear, and it's like, I'm going to miss you, Coach. But good run. Good run. So great weekend for sports.
Thank you, Tim. We appreciate it. You're listening to The Men's Room.
returns with Miles and Thrill. Now, let's see what's happening in the real world.
All right, here we go. As we go to Austria, where a hiker and his wife are trampled by a herd of cows. Meanwhile, a family fun day at the park ends up seeing a woman trying to arouse. 3 arrested after stealing $1,000 worth of meat. World's unluckiest man gets to walk his daughter down the aisle, which is actually pretty neat. And a woman ditches her best friend because of her jorts. It is time for your headline.
Now, it's time to hit the headlines. Here's my cop.
All right, our top story. We go to the lovely world of the internet where a woman tells the story of a broken friendship. She had been friends with this woman for 23 years, but it all came crashing down after a recent trip. She had flown to Las Vegas to visit her friend and have some fun, and even join in on the back-to-school shopping that her friend was going to do with her family. She was under the impression that everybody had a good time until she got a call from her friend following the trip.
All right.
She said that she had made her teenage boys uncomfortable with what she was wearing while she was visiting, a pair of American Eagle mom shorts, complaining that they were too short and that her, quote, whole butt was hanging out. The woman wears the shorts in the video to show how they fit her posterior. She goes on to say that the 14-year-old son needs therapy after seeing her buttocks exposed all day and effectively ended their friendship over the phone. The woman uploaded the video to TikTok where folks reassured her that she's likely better off without the friend.
Yeah, look, if your kid needs therapy because you saw a woman's butt cheeks, that ain't on the person whose butt cheeks they are.
And that's kind of the general consensus here. And then if you look at the way that she looks in these shorts, I don't know how her butt could have been hanging out. It accentuates?
No.
Sure, I'll give you that. But they're shorts.
Yeah, I mean, look, like I said, man, I was up at Alderwood a couple of weeks ago. Like, every pair of shorts, everyone's butts were hanging out.
Right.
I mean, that's the thing.
Look, jean shorts get much shorter than that. That's just a pair of shorts.
Hey, don't take your kids to the beach.
Yeah, no kidding. Well, and that was part of her point. She's like, you guys live in Vegas.
Oh, come on.
Like, you seriously haven't seen anything worse than this, huh? Okay. So that's more to the there's a lot of people that are saying this was 23 years coming. Like, she had a lot of stuff built up that she just blamed on her kid.
And they live in
therapy.
Vegas.
Right.
Come on.
Yeah. She wanted out of this friendship a while ago, and she just found a BS excuse to get out of it. Just don't.
That's
don't
probably
answer
the
the
right
phone.
call. Yeah.
Just don't answer the phone. In other news, over to the UK where kids' parties get wild. Wild. Authorities were called to a local park on reports of a woman acting inappropriately. This was a kids' park. For whatever reason, the woman took the fun to a new level as she was seen on stage shouting obscenities and twerking for all to see. But then upped the ante by jumping onto the roof of a car and stripped her shirt to give people more of a show.
Jesus.
Parents were disturbed and did their best to avert the eyes of their children before police arrived. She did walk off to the applause of the crowd, and it's not known if any arrests were made.
To the applause of the crowd.
Basically, like, hey, thanks for getting out of here.
Okay.
I think she might have been coaxed off, or the police were coming, and so she ran off, and they were applauding the fact that she was leaving.
Gotcha.
So,
why?
Because...
But look, man, just not at a kids' party.
Right.
That's all.
Yeah, there's time and place.
Right.
Some of this stuff's gotten kind of ridiculous.
Go to a club and go dance on the bar.
Yeah.
You know? There's plenty of places that'll let you do that, and they'll be happy to see you there.
That is true.
A kids' park with a party going on is not one of them. Down to New Zealand, where grocery prices are getting outrageous. Police were notified about 2 separate incidents at local groceries that included large amounts of meat being stolen. They eventually tracked down the vehicle of interest and initiated a stop, and their suspicions were confirmed as in the car they found more than $1,000 worth of meat.
Does they have like a cooler? I mean, could you imagine just like going to one place and stealing like $300?
Right.
Then you just put it in your back of your car. Like when I get
We're
groceries, I really try to get home fast.
Right.
To put it in the freezer, put it in the refrigerator, wherever it needs to go.
The 3 occupants inside of the vehicle were arrested and faced charges. Look, as a guy that has smoked meat a time or two in his life, meat is expensive and it can rack up the bill for sure. I agree with Miles. I don't know how you just have $1,000 worth of meat.
Right.
You know.
Man, is it getting expensive though?
No kidding.
Steaks are through the roof. It's crazy.
Starting to hurt.
It's almost cheaper to buy actually like salmon, shrimp, all the things that used to be a little bit more pricey, you'd think.
Yeah.
I mean, more so than hamburger.
To Austria, where the great outdoors can be dangerous. An elderly couple were doing a little mountain hiking with their dog when they happened upon a herd of cows. They believe their dog may have spooked the cattle. Keep your dog on a leash. But either way, the cow started charging towards the senior duo. The dog and the couple were all three mowed down by the herd, sustaining injuries, and the man was hurt bad enough to require immediate medical attention. They airlifted him to a nearby hospital, but he did pass from his injuries before he was able to get surgery. Officials took this as an opportunity to remind folks of the dangers of hiking. Basically, they were saying the cows are just wandering up there. It's not necessarily anybody's herd of cattle that are out there. They're just, that's where they live.
Do you think the dog was on a leash?
No.
Really?
No.
Then how did he get trampled? It's just my thought, right? Look, it's a dog, so they're not stupid. And now you got these angry cows running at your ass. I feel like the dog would be like, okay.
Big enough herd, it's hard to get out and around there. Small enough dog.
Dogs are just fast. Well, I guess if it's a tiny dog.
Yeah, right. I don't think that this was a border collie that they were walking
like a
out
corgi
there.
or something.
Exactly. There's something small out there that just got out and away from
And you're right,
itself.
trying to outflank it, that dog didn't have a chance.
Yeah, exactly. But just in case those stories left a bad taste in your mouth,
thankfully, there's good news.
Over in Denver, one man's determination is thanks to one of the purest reasons. The man worked as a paramedic until he fell asleep at the wheel and crashed, leading to being paralyzed from the neck down. Jeez. He eventually found a neurosurgeon that was able to give him a new lease on life with surgery, but about 12 years after his first accident, he was involved in another rollover crash while he was driving his son's truck. Side note, quit driving. But that led to his paralysis once again. Luckily, he was able to connect with the same surgeon to give him an even rarer procedure, which appears to be a success, and he's currently in recovery. He's getting some feeling. He's got some feeling in one of his arms, and he's able to kick one of his legs, so we got power going all the way down. We're just working on getting it all the way back. But his motivation behind his speedy recovery is the ability to walk his engaged daughter down the aisle on her upcoming wedding.
I cannot believe that guy's story.
No kidding, dude.
It was insane. Just how many different things he's gone through. Then he rolls a truck.
Right.
Then he does, like, every single time. It's like, that's just... don't get around that guy.
Well, and then
he's bad luck.
And then his recovery is wild too, just because of how fast he's coming back from all of it. They're saying he's beaten all the charts. He's beaten projections.
But for 18 years, he was paralyzed from the neck down.
Yeah.
Which is the idea that you even have muscles left.
Right.
Just even.
Right. And then he comes all the way back. He's just about up to snuff, and then poof,
he rolls a truck 4 times because his son forgot to put the lug nuts on the tire.
Oh, that's right. That's what it was.
Jesus.
Yeah, no kidding. Do not let this man behind the wheel.
Right.
I don't trust it.
Or let his son change a tire.
Yeah, something.
Right. Come on, man. I've changed a handful of tires. It's not hard to tighten them all.
Yeah, just do it.
Come on. Men's Room Sports, Game 2 of the series between the Mariners and the Rays is currently en route. For the love of God, do better than you did last night, boys.
That was tough.
That was a rough game, dude. And I turned it off, and it was still rough. That was just bad. As far as your weather, mostly clear skies tonight, bringing things down to about 60, and we've got a nice, sunny 81-degree day tomorrow to enjoy. And that is it for your headlines. With that, Mike Hawk is out.
Thank you, sir. We appreciate it. We'll see you next time for the return of Who Sucks Less. The lovely Jolene is up next.
Yes, indeed, it's all true. But in the meantime, well, we be all about this bitch. So until tomorrow, please do what you do best. And for Aletha's sake, stay beautiful.
The Men's Room has been taped before a live studio audience. Wardrobe and makeup provided by Mantastic Limited. This has been a presentation of the Men's Room Radio Network. Oh, man! A Double Flush production.